Thank you. Sorry. I had my mic muted. Sorry. Thanks. Well, thank God you were here. What is this? Oh, it's a weapon. I'm picking out my outfit. Sorry. So I was talking the whole time, like, which outfits I've had and which I haven't. I have this outfit. I don't have this, but I think that's really stupid. I think I have Timmy's outfit, don't I? Yes. I already have that. That one is dumb. That one is really stupid. Like, that's so stupid. I don't know. So I'm torn between. I do like the Primal Warden as well. Not so much this one though. I'm torn. Nature's Oath is like that looks really cool on a certain characters. It does not look as cool as others. Like on others. I mean. I have that. I have that. I have like all of these. The Mage Knight is really cool because you get a big dumb hat. Who doesn't like a big dumb hat? And the physics on the butt cape are nice. You always want to have one that has nice physics, right? So I'm torn between, and I did say Dora's outfit is cool for, is really nice for warriors. Um, Infused Samurai looks cool on the like helmet part, but I'm not huge on like samurai stuff. Herald of Orine is stupid because there's like a dumb butt cape that's like, it's like, it doesn't have any physics to it. Like that's lame. I don't like that. So I'm torn between the haunted armor because I really like the haunted armor, specifically on humans, and then the other one was the astrologer, astral scholar, because I do like the way it looks, and I do like the way that the physics are. So I don't know. I'll have to I don't know, wait to figure that out. A weapon. Okay, I have this one. I have this one. This one is dumb. Like no one like. Do people like this? Do people like this weapon? The two-pronged weapon. Swishy. The swishy is cool, but the two-pronged on it. I don't know. It seems kind of weird. Belinda's greatsword. You can't have it infused, but if you're, you know, a samurai, there you go. Ooh, Bone Dragon Staff. Huh. That's a good one. That's a prestige Guild Wars 1 skin right there. The mace. If you're a mace user, it goes great with the shield, right? Dagger, the bloom dagger. I don't have this unlocked. I have the sword unlocked. That's what it is. I have the crystal bloom sword. Chain whip. That's kind of cool. Dragon comma skin. With the green. I do have this one already unlocked. The Spirit Focus. Dreamwalker Dagger. That's the one that like stowed as like half a weapon. Yeah, I got it. And then you have the Scythe. This Scythe is incredibly popular, guys. I cannot even... I see this skin everywhere. Everyone has this. Not huge on it. The sword. Kind of cool, but whatever. Air's Legacy Bow. I don't know. It's just a... Does it shoot like fire arrows? I don't know, because it's just, you know, it's an available skin already in the game, just not with the red stuff. I have this one unlocked. I have the Emissary Staff unlocked. The Hammer of the Three Realms, whatever that means. Three Realms? What are the Three Realms? I don't have that, but I don't use hammers, so. Hourglass Staff. I thought I have this. No, I don't. But, again, this is like a utopia concept, right? Kind of, Casimir Staff. This one is really, really cool. Especially now that End of Dragons is out, because you can really roleplay like a Kurzik warrior with this, right? Because this is a Kurzik weapon from Guild Wars 1. Yeah, it's really cool. Lightbringer sword, I do have that sword unlocked. Not a huge fan of it. I really wanted the back piece that came with it, so I had gotten the set. This pistol is really cool. I don't have it unlocked. I thought I did. That's a cool pistol. If you're looking for something like, a little bit more like Wild West kind of thing, that's your go-to right there. And then this rapier is a little, it's not, the cool thing about this particular rapier is that it looks fairly simple. It's not as flashy, and it also doesn't bend. Like the Bonetti's, Bonetti's rapier that you can get, like the exotic one or whatever, if you like swing it around, it like bends. Outlaw? Outlaw. I have to look at it. This one is stupid. I don't know. I don't like this one. I don't know if this has physics. I think this has physics on it. Yeah. There's the Marjorie's axe. Marjorie's dagger. The dagger is cool because it has a trail and it has a little tentacle coming out of it. So that dagger is cool for sure. Mignus's agony. Apparently that's how you're supposed to say Mignus. Mingus? Mingus is what it was. Mingus is how that's pronounced. I don't know. Don't ask your internet. That's what they said. I don't like greatswords, and that's a really fat greatsword, and I'm like, eh. Miss Stranger axe. I don't know. Don't like it. Shields. I don't use them a lot. I do like the way that it looks, though. Night Speaker greatsword. I don't even know this one. Ooh, that's cool. I did not know about this one. Look at that. I hate that. Greatsword too long. It goes into the ground. Oh, it like unfolds. Oh, it does. Okay, has like a little. The things come out. They fan out on the side. These things, and then it retracts at the hilt as well, I believe, or something. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Peacock scepter. I don't know. That's weird. I do have the dagger unlocked. That's a cool dagger. Replica mirror of Liz. I wish we could have had like a not broken one. Like I don't mind the I don't know. Like that's kind of, I'm like, why would I use a broken mirror? Doesn't even make sense. I do have the staff unlocked. There's all kinds of physics on it. Rox's short bow. I don't have that unlocked, but that's a pretty cool one. It's pretty cool. There's like a devourer. Shield of the Goddess. You know, goes with Casimir's first outfit. Spell. I do have this one. Spellfire Torch. I have that skin still sitting in my bank because I haven't used it for anything. Staff of the Fortune. Staff of Fortune, I mean. A little piggy in there. Cool. Stormbow. Stone Shard Scepter. This one is kind of crazy. It's huge, first of all. Okay. And it has like a really cool trail effect. But the problem is like, who uses earth magic, right? This is like a perfect earth magic thing, but like you would have to have like your character just be an earth magic, and that doesn't work. They don't have that. This right here has the 5 gods. Is it all 5 or 6? I think it's all 5, right? It's not, Cormier isn't in there. Or maybe she is. I can't tell. I can't tell. Maybe it's easy. No. So I like that swishy effect where you can see something. That's really cool. Tiger insignia. What is this? It has like a tiger elite tiger trail. You've never seen that? Yeah, it's really cool with the gods. I can't tell. I can definitely see like Grenth on the bottom. Like on the bottom is Grenth and Dwayna. So like Grenth, and then I can see Lissa. I think is in the middle. So I think it's just 5. I think it's just the 5 gods. Oh yeah, Soja. This is the Choya hammer skin. It's really cute. If I were using if I was using a hammer, like this would be it. If there was like a good hammer spec, but there is not. And you can burn me at the stake for that. I don't like any of them. This one's kind of cool. This one was one of the earlier ones. This was released with Heart of Thorns, I think, or like around that time, where everything was like insectoid or like greenish with poison and stuff, right? We got a lot of that with Heart of Thorns, and I think that was like right before or during season 2 or something like that. Kind of a cool trail. I like that. Wolfheart. I thought I had that. I guess I don't. I have one of these. I have definitely one of these. I thought I had these, but I guess not. Those are pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty standard, like fiery wolf ones, but ooh, the wyvern roost scepter. That's kind of a cool one. You can make the wings flap. Woo! He's gonna take off. And then the Saphira. This one is a pretty cool rifle. I do like that with the little strap. There's some physics on it. So there's some cool stuff. I have no idea. I don't want any of these, really. Like to be honest, I have out of all of these, I already have all the ones that I like, really. So again, I'm not gonna really choose. That I don't know what to do with any of these. I can just sell them, right? It's like used to see, because it's like I don't have enough canopy dye. Vista dye, I already have. Like, what are the ones that I can get right now? Garnet dye, I already have those. I already have, like, the bottom set, I think. Like, the low set, yeah. Obviously, I don't have these, but, you know, I would have to have a lot to get to that point where I get that. So, really not worth it. Because I'm probably just gonna, you know, I don't know. I feel like I could just save for them anyways. Like, I'm not gonna get more of these canisters. Really, like, ever. So I'm just gonna sell these on the train. Here you go, friends. Whoever's looking to buy these, there you go. Yeah, I'll have to decide what to do with those. I have no idea. Probably pick some random stuff that I'm probably not gonna use anyways, but that's okay. Welcome back, everyone. We are now ready to do this. Yeah, so let's, this has been a while since we've done this. We have completed a lot, guys. We're at halfway, the halfway mark. That was weird. I thought I saw it flickering, but I think that was because I was hovering over stuff. Halfway mark. Okay. Is it gonna get easier from here? I have no idea. I think it's gonna get easier, and then it's gonna get harder at some point. I never know how this works. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're doing map completion. No weapons. I kind of gotta get back into this. I've been just playing End of Dragons, and then I've been getting like frustrated at the Dragon's End meta. And really not been playing much, guys. I will tell you what. That whole, you know, whether or not you agree with what's going on, what people are discussing about the meta, the fact of the matter for me is that I haven't been able to do the meta in 2 weeks, and I've tried like 17 times now. And I'm at the point where I'm like kind of done. I don't want to do it anymore. It's a waste of time. I spend 2 hours going in Discords, organizing groups, like not myself, but I help people organize groups. I call out different things. You know, I try to help people with mechanics and stuff, and then it ends up failing. And I'm just at the point, you know, and I'm not trying to make a point of like whether they should nerf it or people should get sorry, if people should get better at it. Like, I don't care about this whole situation. You know what I mean? To me, it's just, it sucks that I can't go in there and get all of the lore, and it's just, So I'm focusing on other projects right now, which is the comparison stream that I'm doing tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in seeing a comparison of Cantha from Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2, I will be doing it on stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'll have, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it quite yet. I think I'm going to have the screen split. It's going to be a split, you know, in half. On the one side, it'll be Guild Wars 1. On the other side, it will be Guild Wars 2. We'll be walking around. I'll be doing Xingji Island, Saitong Province in Guild Wars 2. And I'm going to be, where is my pet? Like, everyone's firing at me, and I need my pet to protect me. Protect me! I want to hide behind this box. Ah! He found me. Ah! Ow. Ow. Oh, I said signets only in the description. That's a lie. I lied in the description. I lied. I lied. I lied to you guys. I am using command skills as well. I don't know. I was just like, I just wrote some whatever description in the YouTube description. All right, go. Where are you going? Where's he running to? I don't know where he was going. Go. Spew some poison. Yeah. Nice. Look at that. Dead. Got it. Awesome. Has anything changed on this? I know they did like a little bit of balance. Did anything change on these? Okay, no. Yeah, no, I think we're good. Nice. I don't know where he's going. Well, I don't know what. Oh, this guy? You're attacking that guy? Okay. I don't know. I didn't command that, but hey, have at it. We need to finish the art anyways. But yeah. So and then I have finished my script for the Digimon video that I've been working on. And I will be recording that probably after the stream tonight, and I don't know when I'm gonna get it done. Maybe tomorrow or something. I took like I had like I had like, I don't know what, 1 page done of script as of like this morning, and then I woke up this morning and I sat down for like 4 hours and I just like wrote like the whole script out, which ended up being like about 4 pages of script. So it's not too long. It'll be like a 15-minute video, really. You know, I sometimes think that I like do too much. And it used to be where I do like 30-minute videos, but now that I like understand a little bit better on how to be a little bit more concise on what I say, and like not, I used to have the really bad issue of talking around points where I would just like reiterate the same point over and over again, and I'm like, you know, I need to stop. Like, I need to like, and you know, I've explained myself on this situation or this thing or whatever, right? And it's like, I need to move on now. Like, they understand. Like, they're not dumb. They know. I mean, unless you are dumb, and that's fine. I don't judge you. Whatever. It's like, thanks for watching, anyways. But yeah, so I have that working, and then we'll see. I still have that freelancer video that I'm working on, but. Oh my god, let me tell you something. Crossfire is really hard to get through, okay? It's not a bad mod for Freelancer, but... okay, first of all the new maps, all the new star systems that they've added are like 10 times the size. And then most of those systems do not have trade lanes anymore. So it's like, it takes... Literally, I filmed a video, like I filmed footage the other day, and they wanted me from one of the new systems. They wanted me to travel to this dimensional rift, about halfway in like into middle of nowhere. Okay, it was a solid 10 minutes on a timer. 10 minutes of just going straight with nothing going on. There was no enemies, there was no dialogue, there was nothing. Just literally going for, I timed it, it's timed 10 minutes. In that time, because you can like automate your flying, I went and did other stuff. I was like, okay, let me go do this and that and let my dogs out, like all this stuff, right? Come back and I still wasn't there. And then I come back and then it's like, it shows you a little sequence and you still have to fly like another 2 minutes to like actually get to the rift. And I'm like, wow, okay. So, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I'm excited about this too. Kind of getting back into like the regular stuff, right? I kind of want to do, kind of want to get back into the regular stuff. And again, you know, like I said yesterday, I want to find my niche, right? My niche being something that not everyone does. So challenge runs aren't too popular, or not that they're not popular, but they're not often done, I feel like. And of course, you know, tomorrow will be a pretty unique stream as well. So I'm excited about tomorrow's stream. I've been trying to like level my character in Guild Wars 1, like I said yesterday. And oh my, you know, not having heroes, because there's a difference in Guild Wars 1 between heroes and henchmen. You know, it's a party-based game, but you can take NPCs to be in your team. Now, there's 2 different kinds of NPCs you can take into your team. It's henchmen, who are NPCs that you can find in any town, and they vary from town to town, based on level and based on, you know, the overall story. You know, whoever is available, right? It's not always every henchman is available, but it's like, you know, what town outpost you're in, what town you're in, that sort of stuff. And the henchmen have their own sets of skills that the developers have given them. You can't change their skills. You can't. You're also very limited on telling them where to go, how to group up. You can't change their weapons. You can't change their armors. You can't change their runes. Like, you can't change any of that stuff. It's all pretty like just automated, right? And we're doing factions, which the factions, and I said this yesterday, the faction henchmen are garbage. They're really bad. They're not good. Okay, and so it's given me a hard time. There will be a point in the next couple of weeks that I will be able to attain some level, some higher level, like some heroes, and I will have to go through some of the story in Guild Wars, not End of Dragons, Eye of the North. Keep on confusing the two of them. In order to do that. So, but you know what? We're not playing through the story anyways. We're just kind of doing the little like, oh, we're journeying around and looking at all the different things. So yeah, I'll have to do some of that story. I'll be going and getting the other characters from Nightfall that you get when you get into the Nightfall map. And yeah, so that will be happening, but it won't happen before tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be having to use henchmen, and hopefully they won't be as bad. I'm trying to get a max level armor, but that's taking me a little bit to get done. So because I'm like leveling up and I'm having to do all kinds of like random quests and stuff. But like I said, the henchmen suck, so everyone's dying all the time, and it's like Dark Souls levels of hard. But yeah, you know, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited about doing that tomorrow, and I'm glad we're back with this. And then we will probably do. I could probably see this challenge go into End of Dragons. You know, End of Dragon, because I wanted to do like, someone had the idea of doing the doing this as like an expansion thing, going into the expansion, and I haven't explored End of Dragons. I haven't explored the Untamed, so I think I'm gonna do that with you guys on stream. I'm not gonna get like, you know, for like the Virtuoso and the Vindicator and the what's the one I'm using, a Spectre. I already had the points, like the hero challenges and stuff, the points in World vs. World. I already had all those ready to go. Like as soon as I logged in, I was able to get those completely unlocked. Now I'm out of points, right? So I'm going to have to actually unlock these as we go through. So I think that's going to be part of the challenge. It's going to be doing map completion on the it'll be the Untamed, but we're going to be leveling the Untamed as we go along. And I'll be replacing skirmishing, because that's probably the least helpful one, I want to say. And then we'll be doing the Untamed, and as we go through, we'll be unlocking more and more and more. And yeah, and we'll see. You know, I mean, I don't know. Do any of these really... cantrips grant you barrier. I can't use cantrips. Gain vitality. Unleashed ambush skills siphon health if they hit. Siphon health. Siphon healing is reduced for each target struck beyond. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that doesn't really help. But the vitality is nice, right? Because we do have synergy with that on... right here. Taste for danger. Oh, well, that doesn't really help my pet, so that doesn't, there's no synergy there, sadly. That would have been nice if it was for not just me, but the pet as well. If that was vitality for me and the pet. They should change that. They should make vitality, they should add vitality for the pet too. I vote for that. I don't know how Untamed is working. Like I said, this is my actual first look at the released things. But right off the bat, I would really want this to be, because again, it's supposed to be a spec that deals with, you know, deals between you and your pet, right? You do like, this should be like a Beastmaster a little bit. It should engage a little bit more with your pet. Did she just come through the wall? I think she just came through the wall. Remove conditions when you or your pet unleash. Yeah, it doesn't really work. Your outgoing strength is increased while you're unleashed. You take reduced damage from strikes while your pet is unleashed. So, I would have my pet unleashed to have my pet stronger, and I would be able to use more skills and stuff. So I would get reduced damage, and I guess my pet would be stronger. I hope. Like, it doesn't say that. Again, this was something that really bugged me. This is very unchanged from the beta. The whole idea of why doesn't this increase my pet's damage? Again, like, you're doing a little trade-off, and you're trying to strengthen the spec, right? I don't know. That doesn't really. Cantrips we're not using. Disable a foe applies conditions to that foe based on your current state. I mean, maybe I just don't understand Untamed. Maybe I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and that's very plausible too. We have finished this heart. I don't know why I'm still here. Goodbye. We're leaving. Ow, stop. We gotta go underwater. There's some lake fish. For those of you fishing, there's lake fish right there. You got a shark. It's Kuluku. 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 Trying to say it like a quaggan, okay? Kuluku. Chomp on him. Yeah. Get some bleeding in there. Alright, we'll let him do that. Disabling a foe grants you boons based on your just current state. Based on your current state. Disables include... Oh, if the pet is... Okay, got it. My god, I was like, what? What do you mean? Disabling a foe reduces the cooldown of all your equipped skills. Interesting. Right, good job. Good job, Shark. Good job, Sharky Shark. I should name him Sharky Shark. I'm gonna do that right now. Sharky Shark. Sharky Shark. So dumb. Alright, cantrip. Venomous Outburst deals more damage and applies blindness in addition to its other effects. Venomous Outburst. That's the pet skill, right? So I guess I would be taking this. Okay. Rending Vines. Again, I don't know what that is. Converts boons into conditions. Instead of removing them. Is that a perilous gift? I'm guessing that must be one of the unleashed skills. Was that the hammer unleashed skill? Probably, I'm guessing. Or it's... I don't see it to be... What is it called? Rending Vines. Yeah, I don't see that. So I think that's an unleashed skill, yeah? Am I correct in that? Whatever. You and your pet grant each other increased damage and movement speed when striking enemies. When this triggers, it refreshes the duration of all stacks. You and your pet grant each other. So does this... So this grants it to me, and then if I attack, it grants it to my... So that's pretty useless for me as well. So a lot of this is fairly useful. Useless, I mean. To me and my pet. Gonna be honest. Not really seeing the synergy there. But that's okay. I don't need to understand it. I have faith that... Oh, really? I missed all of this? That's all I'm missing. We gotta venture all the way north, guys. Jesus Christ. We're off to see the wizard. The wizard in the Shiver Peak Mountains. Who's far, far away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get Untamed. I've heard good things about it, so I'm glad that people are enjoying it. They say I've heard people say that if you spec it correctly, if you I don't know, that's pretty much it. Like, if you spec it correctly, it's really good. That's all I've heard. I just don't understand it. I don't know. It's still in my mind, it's missing identity. It's missing something that sets it apart from being a soul beast. which it feels very much like a Soul Beast to me, but maybe also I don't understand Soul Beast. I don't know. Again, I don't have to like every spec, right? I try to. I really want to like every spec. I do. Because I like the uniqueness. And like I said before, you know, people ask for dual classing. Like, the elite specs are the dual classes of Guild Wars 2. Like, that is literally, they're taking one class and they're making it feel like another class in their own sense. And that's dual classing. So I love every time, you know, for every set, like we only have 3 sets. I wish we had like 5 sets. I wish we had, well, you know, really, like I would like to have 9 sets. To be fair, to be honest, I would like to have 9 sets of elite specializations. I know that that's like insane and crazy and, you know, it's probably never going to happen. But realistically, like, you know, theoretically, having 9 elite specs would give you the option of pretty much having one class that is played through another class, through the eyes of another class, which, you know, would be, you know, like I could have a thief spec that feels like an engineer, and a thief spec that feels like a warrior, and a thief spec that feels like a guardian, and a thief spec that feels like a mesmer, and a thief spec that feels like a ranger. You know, like, you know, you could have like a thief that gets a pet, but your pet is the one that steals. So you could have like I don't know, some kind of like unique pet, and they only get like one pet, maybe, kind of like how the mechanist is, where it's like it's one pet but you can like modify it. They could do the same thing here. They could do the same thing where they could have a thief with, like, I don't know, like a monkey, right? I don't know, we're going to some kind of like faraway continent that has monkeys. Okay, we haven't seen monkeys in the game. Monkeys, like Growls, are pretty much a monkey, right? Monkey people. But yeah, and they would be like stealing, right? So instead of you stealing, it's your pet stealing, and they get like new abilities from that or something based on that. And then you can have like I said, like the Jade Mech that you get on the Mechanist. It could have something like where you can modify maybe what this monkey is wearing or something, and it gets like different abilities based on what he's wearing. Or he gets, like, you know, he's faster now, or he can steal twice in a row, or he can, you know, whatever, I don't know, like, whatever they would come up with. But yeah, monkey spec confirmed. Monkey spec confirmed. Just kidding. I'm just throwing stuff out. There's probably people that are like watching and they're like, what the fuck is with this guy? Where does he come up with this shit? I don't know. My brain works in mysterious ways. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I would love a monkey spec. Like, you could make like a little Aladdin thing. You know, you could have a little Abu. And you could be like Aladdin with Abu. That's what I imagined when I thought of that. I was like, that sounds very much like Aladdin. Yeah, bash on him. That's fine. He's gonna fuck you all up once that's done. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be really cute having a little monkey friend that goes around stealing for you, but that would be like your pet spec for the thief, right? But that's kind of what I'm getting at, is like I feel like most of the elite specs are supposed to be something through the eyes of another thing, you know? Where, like, I don't know, the Soul Beast feels almost like a warrior, I want to say. In a way, I think that's kind of what, to me, the Soul Beast feels like. So it's a warrior through the eyes of a ranger. Just because you get up close and personal, and you have like a way of like getting in like this enraged stuff in a weird way, where you like combine with your pet. But then it's like, what's the untamed? I don't know. So that's kind of where it falls apart. I'm like, you know, it's kind of like dual classing, but not always. I wish it was a little bit more I wish it was a little bit more precise on that, where it's like, yes, this is what it's supposed to be. You know, I really wish that ArenaNet would be like, no, we're doing elite specs, but they're supposed to be like a different class through the eyes of another class. So, you know, because the Spectre is obviously like a necromancer, right? The Spectre is a necromancer through the eyes of a thief. That's, you know, you get shroud skills, you get shadow magic, you get, you know, wells. Like, I mean, that's like, come on, let's get real. That's like a fucking necromancer right there. Okay, apparently, what, this, I can't finish this heart? What's going on? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna try to get back up. Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with because I'm working on that video. I told you guys about that video that oh, there's more. Okay, perfect. Nice. I got a smiley face. You see they drew smiley face. I mean, it's not really smiling, but it's like bloop bloop bloop. I'm doing my like expansion, right? My expansion video. And it's just in the planning stages right now because I need to come up with 9 elite specializations again. And I'm like, I have already come up with 18 of them. So I'm trying to not use the same ones, even though I really like the ones I came up with. So I'm having a hard time like figuring out what I want to do. Maybe I'll use the monkey idea. It's just spitballing. Again, I'm not going to get into details. Wait, am I not done? Oh, I am. Oh, I was in combat. Oh, man, we didn't get a key. The frick. What the frick frack? Thank you, thank you. We cleared the landslides, blah, blah, blah. All right. The only time we waypoint is when we look for a new map. So let's look. I'm trying to get out of combat. I'm trying to get away from all these jerks. Wee, coming through. Pardon me. Excuse me. Wee. Oh my god, guys. You know what's gonna happen soon? Super Adventure Box. It's the next festival, guys. It's happening. I'm really excited. I really, really love Super Adventure Box. Oh. We could go here, Dredgehawn Cliffs. Let's do that. Let's go to Dredgehawn. I'll do the cities at the end. Sorry, guys. I gotta answer this real quick. What did he? I'm answering on Wooden Potatoes' tweet because the Lazy Sage answered on it, so I'm commenting on it. All right, let's go. Yeah, I'll do the cities at the end. That'll be like the last day. Just be running through the cities real quick and doing those. But yeah, I hope you guys are a little dirty, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm dirty glasses. I don't care. I love Holbrook. Holbrook, if it was a little bit smaller on the space, like this entire part feels a little like added on. Kind of like when you have to like go like back here. I mean, you don't have to go back here, but if I don't know. Oh, we could get a polar bear. Do we want to get different pets? Is there different pets to get? I think there are. I know there's polar bears, but I think I have one already. I don't know. I don't need to get these because I think I have all of them. If I don't, you know, whatever. I should be getting most of them as I go through. I mean, I've already gotten a ton. Look at this. We've already gotten a crap ton. And all of these are like expansion ones anyways. And that's also another reason why I would like to go through the expansion, because I don't know anything about the new pets. And I would like to find them. I mean, I've already found them. I know where they are. The siege turtle is really easy to get. The wallow, you kind of need to know where to go. And then I know where the tiger and the phoenixes are, because they're everywhere. In the first map, tigers are like in a ton of different places. And in the second map, you have phoenixes everywhere too, so they're not hard to find. We're going through, we're doing this map now. I love this map. I'm a huge fan of this map, but I've talked about this a lot. I love mountain maps, I love snowy maps. Especially, I don't know, for me it's also a nostalgia thing, because Guild Wars 1 Shiver Peaks feel a lot different to Guild Wars 2's mountains, Shiver Peaks. But they have this like feeling of being like actual mountain ranges, because you walk through it and there's not a soul in sight forever, right? It's all just enemies and monsters that you have to kill, and there's no like, you know, here you have like a homestead here and a homestead here, and then there's a homestead here, and then there's a homestead down here, and then there's one here, and then there's one here, and then there's like a group of people here, and then there's like people here, and then there's, you know, and it's just like, it doesn't feel like you're in like these isolated mountains anymore. You know, they've been like, over the last 250 years have been just, you know, populated with Norn and, you know, other people and stuff, which is totally fine. But I really like the feeling Guild Wars 1, and we'll see that in my comparison videos. We will eventually go to Quarteria as well, and I'll be playing through all the different areas. I think right now is the perfect time to do those streams, because we pretty much have everything unlocked from the base game. With End of Dragons, we have pretty much all the original continents, all the maps, so to say, that were originally available to us are now available to us to like look at. So it's a perfect time to start these streams, and I'll show you guys all the stuff in Guild Wars 1 that somehow translated into Guild Wars 2, and there's going to be a lot of areas. You guys are going to find a lot of areas that have not transported into, that are completely different. You're going to see a bunch of those. But I think most people are going to be more surprised of the things that were translated, that were kept in, because there's a lot of things that like even I don't recognize, but then like I go on the wiki for whatever reason, I'm looking something up, and then it's just like, oh, this is a reference to this, or this is left over from Guild Wars 1. I'm like, oh my god, it is. It's like an epiphany where I'm like, oh, I just realized that is true. And then I'm like, yeah, that's so fun, right? It's so fun when you see that. Like, if you're a fan of that type of stuff. I know there's a lot of people that don't play Guild Wars 1. It's really cool. I went on the Reddit, and I'll tell you guys, Guild Wars 1 is a super active game still. Like, if you think just because Guild Wars 2 is out, and just because it's been like 17 years now since it's released, that doesn't stop the people. The Guild Wars 1 has such a dedicated fan base that, you know, people return to that game all the time. And I see posts of new players that are starting it now, and they're like, man, why have I never played this game? Why did I play? There was one post that I saw today that said, why did I like I just started Guild Wars 1, and I don't know why I've ever played WoW, why I ever spent time in the mid 2000s playing WoW. I should have been playing this game, right? And people love the game, and there's like, for people that haven't played the game, there's a ton of content to go through. There's a lot of stuff, and like I said, there's still dedicated guilds in there. There's people that run all the difficult stuff, all the elite missions, that run like vanquishings, that run like all kinds of stuff, like Underworld, Fissure of Woe, like those things still get run. I know that a lot of people now try to find builds that let you solo them with like your heroes and stuff. Oh, I didn't talk about heroes. I'll talk about heroes as well now. But it's really good to see that people are still wanting to play that game. You know, I got my new account, and I went into Kantha, and you know, even in the beginner map, like in the Xingji Monastery, like I'm hanging out in Xingji Monastery, and there's just like, you know, 4 or 5 people playing. I mean, that's not a lot, but I feel like for something that's 17 years old that now has a quote-unquote sequel, I mean, it's not really a sequel. It's more like a spin-off. Like, Guild Wars 2 is really more of a spin-off, and this set in the same universe kind of thing. But it's great to see. It's very, very fun. So it's definitely something that I would like to stream more in the coming months as well. I want to do more Guild Wars 1, but we're going to be doing the comparison streams, so that's but earlier I had my rant, and then I don't know what happened to it. I guess I went off to somewhere else, but I talked about henchmen, right? So henchmen being these automated heroes or automated NPCs that you can take with you, and they differ from town to town, and you kind of have like a selection of them that you can take with you, and you can't change their skills, their weapons, their items, like none of that stuff, which is very limiting, right? Because they have not the best skills, and their AI is not that great either. You kind of have to like work around it. Now heroes are the other NPCs that you can take, and these are personalized to you. Okay, you can like you can have either your own characters. You can buy in the store a pack that lets you use your own characters as heroes, or you can get, throughout playing certain campaigns and stuff, certain missions and stuff, you can gain more heroes, and you can personalize them with their own skills, weapons, rune sets. Like, you can completely personalize them, and you have a little bit more control over what they do, because you can actually pull up in combat, like when you're out and about running around, you can actually pull up their skill list, and you can actually tell them when to use what skill if you wanted to do it that way. I mean, that's a lot of buttons, because you have 8 skills in Guild Wars 1 that you can use, so 8 times 8, right? That's a lot of skills you would have to pay attention to. But you know, if there's something that you want to time, or you want to use at a certain time, like you can do that. And you can even disable certain skills. Like, you can say that for certain encounters you don't want this character to use a specific skill or whatever, right? And you can change the skills, and that's really cool, right? So those are the 2 types, right? And I only have henchmen right now. I do not have heroes on my new account. On my old account, I have like my own characters as heroes, like, and of course it's all mesmers, because mesmers in Guild Wars 2 are way superior than like everything else, because they do armor ignoring damage. So there is like, there is factors like that in Guild Wars 1, where certain skills do certain amounts of damage based on how much resistance you have to whatever, right? If you're using a lightning skill and your enemy has like a high resistance to lightning, then you're not going to do a lot of damage with that skill, if you're using a lightning skill against that character. But mesmers are notorious for being really, really, really OP, because they do armor ignoring damage, which means that they do like not an elemental type, and they ignore the armor of the enemy, which in hard mode, so there's a normal mode you can play in Guild Wars 1, as well as a hard mode, which means that everything becomes much harder, but you also get better rewards for the things that you do, which is really cool. And you can do that anywhere. Like, once you get to level 20, which is max level, you can do hard mode anywhere. But yes, it does get harder, but yes, you also get better stuff. But in hard mode, the enemies not only do extra damage, but they get extra armor as well. I think health too, I'm not sure. But so the armor ignoring stuff is really important, because they get so much extra armor in the hard mode, right? So a lot of the like meta setups, right? Like, we have those in Guild Wars 2, but in Guild Wars 1 it is to have like mesmers, as many mesmers as you can fit into your team, kind of, and make that fit. So but yeah, and that's of course my real Guild Wars 1 account has like a shit ton of mesmers, has everything set up to be like working in hard mode, and like it's not the best team setup, and I'm not like 100% done with it, but it gets the job done on like 90% of the things. But yeah, so I'm kind of stuck right now with this new account that I'm using, just using henchmen, which is very limiting in the way that you use it, because you get like 1 mesmer, and then you have to take like an earth elementalist with you, and it's like, because in Guild Wars 1, again, and this is something that I've always wanted for Guild Wars 2, but in Guild Wars 1 you could specialize in certain elements. So you can have an earth elementalist that uses like earth attunement. Earth attunement was an actual skill. It wasn't like a class mechanic, but it was a skill, like all the attunements, water attunement, air attunement, fire attunement. There were actual skills you could use, and they would increase, you know, what your skill, what those specific skills can do. Like you know, in water attunement, your water skills are better. In fire attunement, your fire skills are better, right? And you could like, focus on specific elements, which was really cool, which is something that I really miss in Guild Wars 2. I hate that as an elementalist, you have to pretty much, to be effective, you have to constantly swap. Oh, really? Do you have to stand right there? In order to be very effective in Guild Wars 1, or in Guild Wars 2 as an elementalist, you have to swap your attunements, and I hate it. I would love to be just particular. You know, and that was the whole base for my elite specialization speculation, which was the, I never know what the good one here is, because it doesn't tell you. This is something that's kind of upsetting to me. It doesn't tell you what's good and what isn't. Like, I don't know what mushroom pizza does. Do we want a mushroom pizza? I guess we're having mushroom pizza. I love mushroom pizza in real life, guys. And seeing these mushrooms right here, oh, so good. Love it. What does it do? Oh, it gives me condition damage. Oh, well, whatever. Not like I need it. But yeah, so and there was also certain and there was elite skills as well, and there was like there were specific elite skills in Guild Wars 1 that would actually it was almost like a weaver type of thing, where you would have to I think it's called like elemental mastery or something like that is what it's called, and it actually, like, the more elements you use in your rotation, like in your skill, in your bars or whatever, the stronger it got or something like that. I don't remember. I would have to look at it. I haven't played Elementalist in Guild Wars 1 in years. But yeah, so it would kind of, you know, you didn't need to specialize in a thing, but most did, right? And most, of course, would specialize in fire. Fire does the most damage. You know, you get your firestorm, you get your meteor shower, you know, you get those things, and they do like a crap ton of damage, right? So in order to be like really strong and stuff. But I have done some fun stuff where like I played like a water elementalist, and I would have like a healing based setup, or like a you know, you could do damage with it, right? It's not as strong, obviously, but you can definitely, there's some instances where you can do okay damage. And there's even one that's wards against, it's like a ward, which wards in Guild Wars 1 were like, they were like almost how the spirits are, right? For the renegade, they're like these AoEs that you know, you would actually place them either around certain objects like corpses and stuff. There's certain or is that wells? No, those were wells, right? The necromancer had wells that go around corpses. But I think wards are just around you. So you make like this like AoE around you, and there's a certain effect while either an enemy is in it or you're in it, like whatever the ward does, right? And there was a ward that would give like health regeneration, and I would use that. It's an elite skill. It's not the best elite skill, but it kind of like gives you a lot of survivability, because you can just sit there in this like ward and get like a ton of health regeneration, which really helps the healers in the group out. And there's a lot of skills that are pretty, I wouldn't say useless, but they just don't compare to like the meta setups. Kind of like how Guild Wars 2 is. Really surprising that turned out to be exactly the same way. But again, in Guild Wars 1, I use setups that are not meta. I do, because it's a team-based thing. So if my NPC friends in my group are all using meta skills, I don't have to worry about it. So I use the stuff that I want to use, right? You get the freedom of that. Of course, if you want to be very effective, you have to be using like meta skills, and there's like certain things like signet of spirits, for example. If you're a ritualist, I mean, that's like the #1 elite skill, because as a ritualist, and we'll be playing a ritualist tomorrow. So for those of you that have seen only the Guild Wars 2 ritualists, I'll show you guys what they're based off of. You know, you see ritualists in End of Dragons everywhere, like in you know, throughout all the maps and stuff. You see the ritualists, and they summon those really cool looking ghosts and stuff. And I love those. I love those ghosts. They look really like, those spirits look really cool. but that is not at all accurate as to how the Guild Wars. Oh, that's can we kill him? I wonder if we can kill a champion. I wonder. I'm gonna get this waypoint real quick. Ooh, that's a ton of damage. I wonder. Does 1,000 with each swing. That's a ton of damage. Holy crap. And then he does that. Oh no, we're not gonna win this. Alright, we're leaving. Oh, maybe someone's gonna help. Maybe someone's gonna help. Can you help? Can you guys help? I think they're gonna help. Oh, yeah, I could revive some NPCs. Why don't I do that? Let's bring in my other pet. Go! Go, MacGyver! Remember MacGyver, guys? It was some kind of lizard, right? We looked it up. It was some kind of lizard or something that was like famous. But yeah, the Guild Wars 1 Ritualist is very, it's a lot of like turquoise. It's like a turquoise color, the magic, the spirits, they all kind of, there is 2 different models of spirits. There's like the defensive type and then the attacking type. We'll look at both of those. I like the defensive one more. They look really cool. They look a little bit more regal. Where the attacking type, they look a little bit, a little darker, a little bit more grotesque in a weird way, right? Yeah, but we'll see those. And but yeah, so signet of spirits is like the thing, right? If you're like a, because there's different things as a ritualist in Guild Wars 1 that you can do. There's specifically 4 distinct skills that you can use, like kinds of skills. So one is summoning spirits, okay, and they have different effects. They might attack, they might defend, they might give you health regeneration, they might knock down an enemy, they might blind them, they might whatever, right? There's all kinds of different things you can do. Okay, I went the wrong way. I meant to go this way. I thought this would lead up to the mountain, but it doesn't. So we're going back this way. Then the other thing is you had item spells, which means that, and those are really cool, and I'm really sad that we don't have those coming back at all. Unless I'm like missing something where I don't draw the connection quite. But the item spells in Guild Wars 1 were really cool. They were spells that you would use, and you would get one effect. You would get an ashes in your hand. So you would have like someone's like they were always skills that were based off of characters and stuff. And a lot of these are like ancient heroes of Cantha and stuff like that. And they would have this ability where you cast the skill and then you would get this person's ashes in your hand. You would like conjure these ashes and you would have like this urn in your hand that you'd hold, and you could then drop and then holding the ashes would give you one effect, which was, I don't know, like there's one, for example, that gives you increased health while you're holding these ashes. And then you can drop the item, or after a certain amount of time, you automatically drop the ashes, and they give you like this like burst of whatever, right? So for example, the one that gives you extra health while you're holding the item, gives you extra maximum health. So when you drop it, you go back to your regular health, your maximum health. But if you're, for example, let's say you have 200 health, okay? And you get 50 from holding the ashes. So you would have 200, let's say you're at full health, 200. You cast the spell, you have 250, you're full. Like it gives you the extra 50, right? You're full. And you start losing health and you go to, let's say, 100. Okay? Now, the ability when you drop the ashes heals you for 100 points. So what it does is, you know, you had the duration of the fight, you did have extra health. but then you drop the ashes, which puts your maximum health to 200, which doesn't matter because you're at 100 anyways, but it heals you for 100, so you're back up at maximum health. So there was a lot of play that you could do where, like, you know, you could while you're holding it, you get like health regeneration, and you drop it and you heal in an area around you or stuff. There's like a whole bunch of stuff, like item spells that you could do where you hold it and it gives you one effect, and then you drop it and it gives you another effect, right? And that's really cool to me. I really love that concept because you really have to know when to drop the ashes and when to like keep on holding them, right? Are you gonna keep holding them or what? And of course, while you're holding the ashes, could they attack? I don't think they could attack while they're holding the ashes. I think that you could use other skills, but you couldn't, because there's of course auto attack. Auto attack wasn't set to your like one skill or anything like that. You had an actual like auto attack, but you couldn't like auto attack. But you could still use other skills. Of course, your weapon, whatever your weapon was giving you, if it was giving like extra energy or like, you know, whatever, extra health or whatever, that effect would go away because you're holding a different item. You're not holding your weapon anymore. So there's a lot of like intrigue that goes into that type of stuff, and a lot of like, you know, is it worth using that ability or not kind of stuff. So that was the second. Then the third were spirit weapons. Is that what they were called? I always get the name wrong. I really do. I always get the name wrong. They're not spirit weapons, because spirit weapons are the Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2 thing, not the Guild Wars 1 thing. But they're these skills that you could put on any friendly target, and they would give you certain effects. So I could put this spell, this weapon. I think they're weapon spells. That's what they are. Hey Rhyme, how are you? They're weapon spells is what they are. So this weapon spell would transform the targeted ally's weapon, and it would give you different effects. It might give you an AoE effect on it, where if you attack with an axe, for example, and you would just do like, you would attack like splinter weapon is one that's used very often in a lot of setups. You will see splinter weapon because it gives an AoE effect to your weapons. So if I'm attacking with an axe on one enemy, splinter weapon gives me, for a set amount of attacks, an AoE effect where I actually attack, you know, I attack and I affect enemies around my target as well. So and there's a whole bunch of weapon spells, like you now cause knockdown with your attacks. So every time you attack, you knock an enemy down for a set amount of attacks, or you would get, for a set amount of time, you would get health regeneration. There's one that's it's an elite one that I used for a little bit. Like, it's not the best one, but I thought it was kind of cool because you could get health regen out to like your whole group pretty much individually, and it wasn't that expensive to use. Oh, this one, great. I really hate this one. I'm just gonna guess, guys. Oh, I got it right. Look at that. Look at that. Because I don't want to read through this. I've done this so many times now that I'm kind of like, ugh. We will be going to this place at some point in time as well. The Granite Citadel, right, guys? Granite Citadel. Oh, man, it's this lone out in Guild Wars 1. The Granite Citadel is this lone outpost in the mountains. That's like where you would get elite armor for Guild Wars 1 characters. And yeah, you would come down in, and you would have the bridge up here, and you would go, and you would actually go out this way, and there was actually an elite quest that would lead you like right out there. You would go out there and you would actually go to the right up into the mountains, and there was the Titan quest. For those of you that play Guild Wars 1, the Titan quest would take you right there, right outside the gates of the Frost Citadel, or Granite Citadel. Wrong Citadel. Yay, I got it right. I'm just pressing random ones. I got it wrong. He laughs at me. It's so rude. So rude. I did a raid. Nice. What did you do? What raid did you do? Wait, what's happening? Guys, what's happening with my screen? Why did no one inform me that my screen was all fucked up? You guys didn't say anything. My screen's all fucked up. There we go. You guys couldn't see anything. I was like, why do I have a black bar at the top? And oops. Aw, well, that's awesome though. Did you guys get a did you guys get a kill? You guys did the whole first wing? Alright, let's read the runes. Alright, we get this guy here. He's invulnerable. I think I have to kill the other dudes first, is that right? I don't know how this works. Oh, he's not invulnerable now. Okay. Ow! No, stop it. Stop it. Oh, I love that thunder effect. See, they don't use like, I wish there was, like, who here would love to have weather effects, like random weather effects? And I would really like for them to work on their rain and their snow. The snow they've kind of worked on with Ice Fruit Saga, right? But random weather effects would be really fucking cool, especially thunderstorms. There's thunderstorms, like when you do like the Shaymore, the like tutorial, the human tutorial, that thunderstorm is pathetic, okay? That's like the most pathetic thunderstorm ever. It's okay, no worries. I was just like, oh my god, there's a black bar and I didn't see any of it. In case you can't see half the screen. Yeah, and like, I will tell you, oh, the Dredge are attacking, great.
Nobody passes us, understood?
And I also think that, like, if you think about the rain that does exist, the few areas that have rain, like, it's kind of disappointing. It doesn't give you really the feel of like, oh man, it's raining, you know? They already have, like, one thing that I talked about is, they do so much with the screen, you know, do a little bit more with it, right? We already have the like water effect when you come out, the camera effect when you come out of water, where you have the droplets. I get that maybe having those permanently while it's raining on screen is really irritating, but if they could have like smaller versions of that, like they don't have to be as big, right? We'll look at those in a minute as well, because some of them are like really big. They're like really big droplets and stuff. They could have like littler droplets on the screen that are not maybe as irritating, but it would give you like this immersion, and maybe give you an option to turn that off for the people that don't like that, right? Because we always like options of being able to turn stuff off, right? But I would really love that, because that gives you a little bit more immersion to sit there and like, oh, it's raining, you know, and it's like, you know, it's like, ooh, it's wet, right? So that'd be really cool. Another thing that I would really love, and this is something that we can look at right now, man, the night, like, it doesn't feel like nighttime. If I hadn't looked up and saw the stars, how would I know this is night? Like, there's no torch lit here. None of this should be as bright as this is. This should be really dark. And I'm not saying it should be really dark, because that probably isn't great for like gameplay and stuff, but another game, and I noticed this today, or maybe I noticed this yesterday. I did notice it yesterday, and I think I said it on stream yesterday. Elden Ring has the same problem. I don't ever know when it's nighttime in Elden Ring. Like, I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, it's nighttime right now? It doesn't look at all nighttime-y. And you can't even see any stars in that game. There's literally no stars. But it does make a little sense, because you have the, like, the air tree, right? The air tree is luminous, so it's illuminating the sky. So it does have like a little bit of like, it does make sense, because that's almost like a constant sun that's out. So that's why it doesn't look dark at night. Like, I could see that as an explanation. Guild Wars 2, there's no reason for this to be so bright. Like, well, why is this so bright? You know? I don't know. I would really like it. Like, we have one area in Guild Wars 2. Actually, there's multiple areas, but one in particular that I would really love to see be used as an example, let's say, or how the night should look, and that's the snow. What is it called? Snowblind fractal. What is that? The frosty fractal, the snowy one. Because when you go into that forest, it gets really dark, and I love that because it really gives you the feeling of like, ooh, we're in a dark forest. You know, it's like, all right, you know. But like, I would love to have that in certain areas of the world when it's nighttime, where it really feels like, for example, in the desert and Path of Fire, you know, it's like, I don't know, there's like certain areas where I'm like, you know, maybe the sky isn't as clear and we can't see all the stars, and maybe they don't illuminate the ground as well, so it should be really dark here, you know, or something. I don't know, like in the desolation, for example. Wouldn't it be cool if like at night in the desolation it was like really dark? I don't know, I want to enjoy that. You know, and you could like, I don't know, you could play around with your, can't you play around with your, I guess I couldn't, right? Is there no actual like setting for that? I guess there isn't. Post processing is one of those things. See, that makes it even brighter. Gross. Even brighter in the middle of night. But yeah, there's the, you know, and this goes back to how I want ArenaNet to step away from just constantly chaining on new things. Go back and fix some of the old stuff. Do some other stuff. Go back and you know, you've already started working on the engine, you know, or whatever, you know, started working on having the thing, the DirectX 11, you know, and I know that's still a work in progress and blah 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 blah, whatever, right? But it's a step in the right direction of like fixing things that need to be fixed on a game that's now 10 years old, I think. So, you know, and weather effects, and I think day and night cycle is something that should really be looked at as well. Be really cool. You know, and like, let's take this to like the whole part of like, for example, fashion, right? Fashion. So fashion is a huge thing. Okay, everyone wants to be the giant disco ball with all the glowing stuff. Let's get real. 90% of the player base, of Guild Wars 2's player base, want that. Okay, there's not a lot that don't want that. They all want it because it shows prestige, right, in some shape or form or whatever. That would be a lot more apparent when it's dark at night, right? I don't know. That would like make you look even cooler. That would make even cooler. I don't know. Random thoughts that I have. You know, if I was a billionaire, I'd throw like $1 million at ArenaNet and be like, fix these things, please. Can I just walk into the mines and get progression? Or like Thunderstorm. You know, like I said, go back to the attack on Shaymore instance and just look at the sky and look at the lightning. The lightning looks worse than a PlayStation 1 game, lightning. And that's not to say I don't love the game. I love the game, but you know, there's certain things that can be improved upon. That lightning is definitely one of them. It looks almost comical in a weird way. And they have proven, like, I've never, you know, I went over there to, up here to do the thing, up there. And I never knew that they had like a really cool thunder effect, like a thunder in the background, like that's cool. I love that. That's really awesome. I wish that was used more. Definitely, 100%. Give you some more immersion, make the game look good, right? There's so many things you can tweak to make a game look really good. Like I think ArenaNet does that already a lot. I think that Guild Wars 2 as a 10-year-old game still looks good because they chose a style that just, I think, still looks good. Yes, the graphics are a little outdated here and there. You can see it, but a lot of it still holds up pretty well, I think. I think, you know, because everyone was like kind of worried about End of Dragons being like, you know, the trees are super luminous and, you know, whatever, like the bloom effects and blah blah blah, all this stuff. You know, and the whole time when people were complaining about that, I'm like, I think this is just something that they're doing for. I do want this. That they're just doing for the trailers and stuff, and it seemed to be the case because it doesn't feel that way now when I log in. It doesn't feel like stuff is too bright. It doesn't look like the trees are shiny. I don't get the impression on those things that it's like that. So I think that they, like I said, they did that for trailers and stuff to make it look even better, but someone went a little ham on that stuff. So I was like, okay. But yeah, I love End of Dragons. End of Dragons looks so nice, and they paid attention to so many details. Like I said, like they added it to Nuki model. Like they didn't have to do that. They went and they added like the fanged deers. I will tell you guys, there was no reason to add those because they did not exist in Guild Wars 1. Okay, there was no fanged deers in Guild Wars 1. Not that I remember anyways. So they added those like completely new to like build up that, you know, hey, it's a different continent and stuff, right? Tanukis don't exist. Fanged deers don't exist in Tyria. They only exist in Cantha. How do I get to that thing again? I never know how to get there. Well, we're in a predicament. How the fuck do I get there? We have the Sky Lady right here. This outpost is really interesting. You can talk to, is it this guy? What were we expecting? No. What's the situation around here? We took up residence in this old monastery almost a year ago, and we've been using it as a base of operations for our excursions into the mountains. Our biggest problem is the dredge. The dredge. No, there's an NPC here you can talk to that gives you like details, a little bit of details on this It's a named NPC that you can talk to. I'm sure of it. Is it her?
Sometimes the best defense.
No, she's just telling you. Up here, maybe? Maybe you? Welcome to Mantelid. Make yourself a home. Possible cold water. Rest of all, you're going to need your strength. What's going on here? This is a German priory. This is an old monastery to have a event. What are you excavating? We have a number of digs in the area. Primarily, we're looking for old dwarven ruins where we might find some record of the Great Destroyer. Any luck? No dredge. Blah blah blah. Oh, I thought there was. Oh, maybe this person.
May your knowledge.
Oh no, that was the one that I just thought there was an NPC you could talk to. I guess I was wrong. That gives you a little bit more information about the about this outpost, and it's really interesting because, like, what is the statue? This is not Dwayna. This looks nothing like Dwayna, like as she has been depicted. And there's two of those, right? And it's like, okay, what is this? What is this outpost? What does this used to be? What is this monastery? I thought there was an NPC, but maybe there's like blocked by an event or something. It's not any of these guys, is it? No. That's a-okay. But it looks cool. You get those houses up there and stuff. How the hell do I get, like, does anyone know the actual way to get to that? Maybe I have to go around this way. I've never done it the legit way, I don't think. Maybe the first time I did this, I did that, but not since then. I did it! I did it! Yay! Here we go. Got it. Alright. Oh, we leveled up. Nice. Leveling is going really quickly now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this, because that's like... I always go with the highest defense increase, and it's usually the coat. Because that gives me 107 defense. And it gives me a ton of toughness, a ton of vitality, which the other parts already have. Well, this one doesn't, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Gonna go with that. Gonna go with that. Yes, yes, I know. Trolls are attacking me. Got it. Yay! This also is the, you know, if you're doing the there's the cool collections that they had where they had the design a weapon contest, where they took, I think it was like 3 or 4 weapons or something that people had designed, and they added those into the game. And and you have to do collections for them. And one of those collections, I think, is for the torch. It is the hand, the glowy hand or whatever. That collection brings you here, actually, and you actually have to interact with that hero challenge down there, and it talks about the colossus that you find in the fractal. That's so cool because, you know, we never really knew. Does it actually give you? Yeah, you can just commune with it or whatever. But yeah, there's just like a collection that talks about the colossus, and they called it the Colossus of Cliffside or whatever, which is based on the, you know, like the Cliffside fractal. And you know, the developers were asked at some point about all the different fractals, I guess, and they were asked about like when they like take time, when they take place, like what period in time they take place. And the Cliffside fractal actually takes place closer to the creation of Tyria, which I will tell you is very, very interesting, because humans, you know, we see humans in that fractal, but humans, as we know them today, are not native to Tyria. They've only been here for a few thousand years at most. So, you know, obviously this is like very, very interesting, because humans maybe existed here like many thousands of years ago already, and then maybe were wiped out, and then you know, humans from another plane arrived with the gods. And what about the Canthons? The Canthons were actually here, as far as we know, before the human gods arrived. So there were humans on Tyria before the human gods arrived. You know, another example. So a lot of interesting stuff, and I would really love to see a time travel thing. Like, I know time travel is really hard to do, and there's certain ways that you have to be careful with it, right? Because the plot can get a little convoluted and a little weird or whatever. But I would really love to see a look back at like ancient like Tyria, like planet Tyria, before any of the, like, you know, when Seers roamed the lands and whatever, right? When Mersad were there, when, you know, those things, like, I would really just love to see that. I think that would be really, really cool. Oops, I just transformed into kitty cat. Oh, kind of scrolled on my thing. So, in terms of what? Lore-wise about the humans? Because we did get a lot... the problem, you know, the issue that I'm having is that a lot of the lore, but it's like current lore. It's not like, are you talking about like history lore, or are you talking about like what's currently going on in the world? Because I feel like they're gonna be exploring a lot of this in season 6. I'm like 90% sure that the next map we're gonna see is gonna be Raizu Palace, like hands down. There's so many hints at like, watch out, what's going on at Raizu Palace. Like, they say that everywhere in Kaining City. Kaining City literally just like is just littered with people saying that there's something going on in Raizu Palace. And even the news reporter talks about Raizu Palace, and it's just, yeah, a ton of that. So, like EG Strange that I've had a race focus. How does so are you? So you're hoping that with that we would get some Canthan human lore. Well, because like Path of Fire was human as well, right? That's kind of the thing. Like Path of Fire was super human oriented as well. They talked about, you know, and we got some lore on the like gods and stuff. I think like like I said, I can't give that many, I can't really talk about the lore. I can't give an opinion on it because the issue is that I haven't finished the Dragon's End meta, and there's a lot of lore locked behind it, okay? I can see that. I think the problem with that is that it's just been such a long time that they didn't want to focus on like, they didn't want to focus because there would be like 2 periods in time that they're trying to explain what happened. They're trying to like tell us about the last 250 years that we've been away from it, and then they would have to make lore about ancient Cantha, because in Guild Wars 1 they talk a little bit about ancient Cantha, you know, and there's actually a really long wiki article. Let me see if I can find it. I want to find it for you guys. Which talks about everything Cantha, like the whole history of Cantha. And it's actually really interesting. There's so much cool stuff that you can read about. I wonder, hold on. An Empire Divided. I will link this to you guys if you guys are interested in reading about ancient Cantha. There's a lot of stuff to read about it. Like it's literally, how many pages is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pages pretty much of stuff that's written out in like 3 columns next to each other. There's a lot of pictures and stuff too, but there's so much stuff. I know that maybe well, thank you. I was trying to like so we're doing a challenge run. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me do one thing at a time, because God knows I'll forget. Let me link this to you guys real quick. So this is the an Empire Divided. So this is the history of Guild Wars 1 factions. So if you guys want to visit that, go ahead and do that. That's a whole, like, the total history, and I think that's why they didn't want to revisit it, because Guild Wars 1 kind of explained a lot of the history of the humans in Cantha already. Okay, you're not even hitting him. Look at this. What's happening? All right, I'm gonna have to use my poison. Okay, that's working. He's not even hitting him. Too much time. Yeah, so it would be cool to kind of hear a little bit about that, but I think they didn't want to confuse people as with like the last 250 years and then ancient Cantha at the same time. They didn't want to do like both of them. You actually get some really cool stuff, because if you know about the Celestials, I did the jumping puzzle in Kaineng City, and you actually get details on the Celestials. Celestials? Celestials, that's what they're called. And that's so cool. I was just like, oh my god, because the information about Tamu and stuff, you don't hear that. So now we know about a celestial realm. Like there's a celestial realm. I think they've mentioned it before, but I didn't ever connect it with like that's where the Celestials kind of live. I don't know, but that's really cool. I always thought it was like a fictional place, like more fiction than it is already. But yeah. Anyway, so welcome for the people that are new. This is my challenge run. So I've already done a challenge run, which was a warrior, a pacifist run I called it, which was a warrior that only used signets, and I was able to go through and level up without using any weapon skills, level to level 80. So now this is my other challenge that I'm doing, and this is a ranger. I can only use these skills, so I don't activate these signets, but I'm allowed to use command skills. I'm only allowed to use a pet. I'm not allowed to use weapons, and I have to get 100% map completion on the base maps, okay? Which on this right here. and we're doing very well. So I'm not allowed to like waypoint around, so I have to like walk places unless I'm map switching, because I got to complete a whole map before I move on. So unless I'm map switching, I'm not allowed to teleport. I'm not allowed to use skills. I have to have my pet do everything. And yeah, and I do have all the traits kind of like equipped to make my pet pretty strong. And in certain instances, we were able to even like solo champions and stuff. But yeah, so the challenge was just a fun little challenge about getting map completion on just using a pet. My pet is the only one I can use. I will be continuing this challenge into End of Dragons, and it'll be map completion there as well. So we'll see how well that goes. I have no idea. No clue. No clue. I have absolutely no idea. Why did my Streamlabs write plus? Did you see that? That's weird. On the Twitch one it wrote plus. On the YouTube one it didn't. It's weird. I was gonna work on my bot today too, and I forgot. Whoops. Is it? Well, thanks for following. I appreciate that. Thank you. Is it epic? I mean, I try to do niche stuff. So welcome to my channel. Welcome to, I do have a YouTube channel as well. But I do niche stuff. Tomorrow, if you're interested, I will be doing a run of Saitong Province, which is one of the, you know, I don't know if you have played the expansion or not, but that's the first map in the new expansion, which is on Xingji Island, and I'll be doing a comparison stream tomorrow. So I will be running through Guild Wars 1 on Xingji Island, as well as Guild Wars 2 running through Saitong Harbor, and we'll be comparing the two maps and looking at all the different places, how they have changed, how they haven't changed, how they've been added to, how they have been, you know, whatever, modified or whatever. So that'll be tomorrow, if you're interested. It'll be the same time as tonight. For those of you that are here, tomorrow night is, you know, my post on the Discord server was very confusing. I'll tell you guys. So tomorrow night, after tomorrow's stream, is when I want to claim the new guild hall. So if you guys are interested in joining me with that, with my small little guild, there's not very many active people in it right now, but I will be doing that tomorrow night. Guild Wars 1 had, so Guild Wars 1 actually had, the base game wasn't just Cantha, or just Interior, I'm sorry. Base game was just Interior. You start in Ascalon, you journey across the mountains, you go through Kryta, then you go into the Maguma Ways, and you come through here. Then you actually go into parts of the Crystal Desert, and then you go into the mountains, the southern mountains right here. And then you go to the Fire Island Chain, boom, and then that's where the game ends. Or wasn't there in Guild Wars 1. Or was flooded still. Then you had the very first, so that was a standalone campaign. They had 3 standalone campaigns, but you could kind of call them expansions as well, because you can like journey from one continent to the other. So the second one was then Cantha, which was all of this. You got Xingji Island. We actually got to explore not just this part, we actually got to explore all of that. And then you would go to Raizu Palace and Kaineng and work your way through here, and then you go to the Equal Forest, go here, go back to here, and then kind of journey all the way through. You would get to the Harvest Temple, and then you'd go back to the palace, and then that's where that would end. And then the third standalone campaign was Alona, and you would start on the Isles of Istan, and you would journey to Korna, and then you journey to Svabi, and then to the Sulphurous Ways, and then you would go into the Realm of Torment. And then we had the expansion, which was after the 3 standalone campaigns, was actually Eye of the North, where you would actually journey north, and you would get to see this stuff up here. You'd get to see all of this stuff up here, a little bit of that. Pretty much everything you got with the Ice Boot Saga is what you got to see there. And you also got to see a little bit of the Tarnished Coast. You got to see this area, which wasn't available in Guild Wars 1, and stuff like that. So yeah, so Guild Wars 1 did have Cantha. Guild Wars 1 is fun. I will tell you right now, as if you haven't played Guild Wars 1 and you have played Guild Wars 2, it is a vastly different game in the way that it plays. It's a party-based game. It's a lot more of like a, it's almost like a combination of playing a role-playing game, but it's mixed with, like, it's a mix of role-playing versus real-time strategy almost, because it's a team-based thing. So it plays wildly different. So don't go in thinking that, oh, these are the same game. They're not. Go in with the mindset of they're completely different games. And you're gonna have a much better time. Do not compare the two things. The only thing that pretty much compares is the lore and the world. That's the only... Wait, why is the heart not active? What the heck? It's not finished. I have to go out of here to do the heart? Oh, I guess. I thought this strip would help, but no, I guess not. But yes, I do recommend it. If you're interested in a really good game, I was just talking about it earlier. Guild Wars 1 still has a very dedicated, very active player base. There's still guilds with hundreds of people that are active. Alliances with hundreds of people that are active. So there's definitely stuff to do. People still run endgame stuff. People are still in there in the game. They're still hanging out. And like I said, I had to buy a new account to play through again, because my Guild Wars 1 account and my Guild Wars 2 account is actually connected. They're actually connected to each other. And the issue with that is that if I log into one, if I log into my account on one game, it logs me out of the other one, because apparently if you have a combined account somewhere in ArenaNet's internal servers or whatever, they count as like, I guess you can't be logged in at the same time. So I had to buy a new account, but I've been playing through the factions campaign, which is the Cantha area, right, in Guild Wars 1. And there's still active people. People are playing through it right now. Like, it's really cool to see. Like, I'm really happy about that, honestly. It's really cool to see, because it is a great game. And if you have never played it, there's a ton of content. There's so much to do. Like, if you like farming stuff, if you like going for, like, titles and stuff, there's so much to do. You're gonna do vanquishing, cartographer, getting like achievement titles and stuff. Like, there's so much stuff. But yeah, so I do recommend it if you are interested in that. For those of you that are not interested, you can watch my videos on my YouTube channel. I do have a playlist. It's a Cantha playlist that pretty much has the playthrough of the story for Cantha in Guild Wars 1, as well as a vanquishing, which is like killing all the enemies in like an explorable area kind of stuff. It has the like the bonus content that Cantha had in Guild Wars 1, which was supposed to like bridge Guild Wars 1 with Guild Wars 2. It's pretty much a story of the rise of the Ministry of Purity. You actually help, in Guild Wars 1, you actually help the Ministry of Purity become this powerhouse that it is in the end, right? You actually help them. So that's all on there. And then I have a bunch of videos on every area, every major area. I have one on Xingji Island. I have one on Kaining City, the Jade Sea, and the Echowild Forest. Like, kind of compare, or kind of showcasing the areas, going through and showing you all the different explorable areas, outposts and stuff, and with some music in the background from Guild Wars 1, you know, and just kind of, thank you so much for subscribing. But yeah, so that's on there as well. You can look through that stuff. There's a bunch of stuff you can watch on there. And there's other videos too. I have lore crafting stuff. I have whatever, you know. But for those of you that don't want to watch those, just tune in tomorrow and we'll be comparing Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. It'll be super fun. I did a little bit of like, I will tell you guys, I tried to like you know, test it out. I didn't actually like go live or anything, but like I wanted to see how the screens would look. It actually doesn't look that bad if I like do a split screen of having them like half and half next to each other. It'll just be annoying because I need to play like one game at a time, and I really don't want to like, you know, it's going to be a little bit jarring in certain spots where I'm like, okay, hold on guys, I got to play through all of this real quick and then I can move on this side. Well, thank you. Yeah, have a look at it, you know, and you know, let me know what you think. Also, you know, I really appreciate anyone that gives me feedback and comments and stuff. I have been trying to improve on the stuff that I'm doing in my videos, and yeah, so but yeah, there's a lot of like random stuff in there. I have a little lore mystery bits. I do a lot of lore stuff, and I do a lot of like theory crafting and a lot of conceptual stuff. You know, I come with like different concepts and stuff. So that's the type of stuff. It's more of the like, it's not the technical point. You know, there's so many people that make videos about like how to earn gold and how to earn this and how to level this up and how to do this right and how to do that and guides on this and guides on that. Where's my pet? All right, come on, Godzilla. Look at him. Look at him. He's such a goofy little guy. I love him. I'm gonna hide behind this. Ah, I'm getting shot at. I'm gonna run around this bar. Go, Godzilla, you got this. Spew your poison. Ah. Nice. Whoa, all right, poor guy. The owl. Well, the problem is that owls die a little fast. They're kind of squishy. The problem is that I needed to balance. I've been looking at the stats for all the different animals and different pets that I can get, and so far, the drake, the marsh drake, I think is what he is. Keep on pressing. I think that's what he is. Is that right? Yeah, the marsh drake is actually the best one. The problem with the birds is they don't do, because in order to have my traits be useful to me, I have to maximize the best. I have to maximize my usage of the traits. The thing is that the drakes have a split between regular damage and condition-based damage. Wow, he's getting bashed. Let me heal him up. Look at that. Holy crap. Oh, he's getting fired around by the... Oh, no. Oh, no. Come here. Come to me. You'll be safe over here. Come here. Come here. Zoomies. You got the zoomies. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, my God. Look at him. He's trying... Oh, no. No, Godzilla, no. He's getting... Do you guys see him? He's getting ping-ponged everywhere. Oh, my God. This is way too extreme. Look at him. Come here. No. Oh, no. Poor Godzilla. Oh. Because I'm not there yet. So, I'm not allowed to waypoint. And I'm not level 80 yet. And the challenge is to do the base game. So, there's no expansion pets yet. Because we're not doing an expansion yet. We're going to be doing an expansion at some point. But yeah, so the thing about the drakes is they have pretty high vitality, pretty decent power, pretty decent, like they're pretty even throughout a lot of the things, and there's a lot of conditions as well that I have set up. Oh, he made it, thank God. I was worried. So far, because I've tried different pets, so far this is still the best one out of the base ones to kind of, it works. He's hardy enough, he does enough damage, he does have poison, which I have like poison mastery, you know. It kind of works out. So I kind of try to give as much synergy with my traits as I can. Yeah, so the challenge will continue. So once I have finished the base game, the base maps, I'm going for 100% map completion. Once I've finished the map, the world completion here, and I hope I'm not dying right now. I might be. Ah, run away. I've only died a few times, so I'm doing okay. I'm gonna just... I'm just gonna, like, stay here and... Yeah, there you go. Do that. Is that gonna bounce to that guy? I knew it was going to. Oh, hello. Yeah, once the base game is done, so the challenge is to get 100% world map completion. Once I have finished that, I'm gonna be moving into End of Dragons, and I'm gonna be doing the like Untamed. We're gonna kind of go through and do map completion in End of Dragons. That'll be like the expanded version of this run. So that'll happen once we're done with this map. I hate this heart. Can we just say how much I hate this heart? I hate this heart. I do want to get to... Is it up there? Where's the... No, it's up there. I need the vista. How do I get to the vista? Oh, do I need to do the jumping puzzle for the Vista? I think I do. Let me just do that real quick. That jumping puzzle isn't hard at all. But yeah, it's just a fun little thing. I like to do different things here on the channel. You know, I recently talked to my friend Chicken Nooble, who also streams, and he does really cool videos. He's an ArenaNet partner. If you guys want to check his stuff out, I love everything that he does. But he's recently gotten into like raiding and stuff, and he wants to get pretty serious about that. The problem is, you know, and I talked to him about it, is like the problem is that like all these people, there's so many people that stream the raids, and there's so many people that stream PvP, and that stream World vs. World, and I stream, you know, all those like things. And I'm trying to find a niche. I'm trying to find things that not everyone streams. And Guild Wars 2 has so many cool aspects to it that, you know, I'm like, there's so many other things we can do with this game. There's a lot of cool stuff we can do. So I've decided to do a challenge run. I finished the pacifist run. Took me a long time to get that pacifist run, I'll tell you what. But we got to level 80 on a warrior with no weapon skills, and yeah, that was fun. It just kind of dragged on a little bit because there was a lot of hearts we couldn't finish because I couldn't attack something, and yada yada yada. Like there was a lot of stuff like that. We can equip new things, but I'm not allowed to buy them. So as we find new things, I'm gonna equip them. I did get those. Cool. Well, I have a dwarven key. We can open this vault right underneath our feet. Well, I wanted to do, so the question is like, can I do map completion in either Heart of Thorns or Path of Fire with just using a pet? And I think that's gonna be fairly hard because of the hero challenges there. Wow, I wasn't able to use my glider. That was very scary for a minute. Can I use my key on this? I thought I could use my key on it. Isn't there a door I could use the key on? Or is this something else? Am I looking? It's like a very old oh no, this is something else, isn't it? I mean, I could do that, but then like where's the challenge in that, right? Like I could do that, and that would be cool, and that'd be really awesome probably to see an army of pets, but you know, the challenge would be kind of gone with that, you know, so but I think End of Dragons I would be able to do map completion because a lot of the hero challenges are just elites, and I'm pretty sure that my pet can do it, especially if you have like an expansion pet, you know, if we have the siege turtle, or if we have you know, I'll get all the other ones too. I'll try a tiger out, I'll try out the phoenix, I'll try out the wallow. They might all suck, I don't know, I haven't tried them yet, but we're still gonna try them out, and we're gonna hang out and do that stuff. So yeah, and then tomorrow I'll have my comparison stream. I'm really excited, guys, about this comparison stream. Like all weekend, I'm like, oh, I gotta play through Cantha. I gotta do it because I wanna be able to show you guys the different areas. So, but you know what? That idea of like having a pet army was actually really fun to me. I used to do that in Guild Wars 1 because in Guild Wars 1. Sorry, guys, I'm eating. I shouldn't be talking. In Guild Wars 1, you could dual class. So any class could have a secondary class, meaning that every class could be a ranger secondary, which means you could have a pet on every character. So, and it's a party-based game. You could have up to 8 people in your party. So at one point, I actually had myself and 7 heroes, which heroes were, again, the NPCs that you could take into your team that are, you can change your skills and stuff. And I would give them all pets. So you would have like 8 people with you, and you could have 8 pets with you. And you just have like different pets, right? And you could have like a pet army. And that was actually really fun. And it wasn't actually that bad to use because you just, you know, what I would usually do is I would use and here it goes again, ping-ponging around. Let's just watch Godzilla get ping-ponged around. And that was really fun to do because there was like a lot of cool stuff that you could do with that. Like I would bring a minion master as well, and Minion Masters worked a little bit different in Guild Wars 1 compared to Guild Wars 2, where you could literally have like an army of minions. Like if you spec'd right, you could have an army of minions. So you'd have like pets and an army of minions, and then, you know, maybe you could take a ritualist that has like ghosts or something that you could summon. And we'll see a ritualist tomorrow as well, guys. We'll see how Guild Wars 1 ritualist really worked. But yeah, and it's like it kind of gives you that ability to just have this gigantic army, you know. On top of summoning stones, because there's items, these summoning stones. So we will look at that as well tomorrow, because there is, you know, for the new legendaries and End of Dragons, they have you collect ancient summoning stones. Now, summoning stones are actually items in Guild Wars 1 that you can use, which would summon, you know, said creature for like a set amount of time. Usually it was like an hour, 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. And there's actually a summoning stone in Guild Wars 1. We won't see that tomorrow because I don't have it on my new account. I might log into my old account just to show you guys. But there is a summoning stone that actually summons Ridlock in Guild Wars 1. So you could actually have Ridlock with you, which is cool. Because I feel like that's... That kind of, to me, is like the canon on where Ridlock was. He was going through the fractals, but he was going into like Guild Wars 1 to help us, right? Because he went into the mist to become a revenant and stuff. I would really love it if like the headcanon was that he went into like a Guild Wars 1 era to help the heroes of Guild Wars 1. Yeah, minions in Guild Wars 1 were different. They looked cooler. They functioned. The whole idea of a minion master was a lot cooler. I don't know. They executed it a lot better in Guild Wars 1. There is a henchman that we will see. Will we see Sue tomorrow? I think we'll see Sue tomorrow. Sue is the necromancer in Guild Wars 1, and she was actually minion master. And you would go around and she had minions with her. And yeah, we'll actually see minions tomorrow. So get ready for that, guys. Super fun. I'm really excited about that. Again, I try to find niche things. I try to find things that not everyone does. And I think, I don't think anyone has done comparison streams. And once we're done with like End of Dragons, if I can get my build situated, my heroes situated, like all the things kind of situated, we can move on to other areas. I want to do Alona. I want to do, you know, Core Tyria. I want to do those areas as well. It'll be super fun to see. All right, so we finished this finally. Thank God. Jesus. It only took us 3.5 years. So did you guys know that for the first, I don't know, 7 years of this game, I never realized there was a ramp up here. I always thought you were locked in this valley. If you jumped down this valley, you would have to waypoint out. I always thought that. And then about like 3-4 years ago, I found this ramp. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I never knew this ramp existed where you could exit out of the... I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm dumb. What can I say? I have no defense against that. No defense against that. Jump, jump, jump. Yeah, we're coming. This is my only Assyrian character, but I think he's totally adorable. I love him. Look at him. So goofy looking. I'm not huge on Assyrian characters. I find them good as side characters. They're great additions, you know, like to have them as comic relief and information things and like kind of have them in your crew and stuff. Main characters though, I don't know. There's something about Assyrian characters that just doesn't scream. That doesn't really open it with a key. Yay! Oh my God! Hello. So when you have these keys, you can open these doors. Hello. And you get a little event. So let's do this event. Yeah, fuck mom. Look how strong pets are. Anyone that has something to say against pets, you're wrong. Pets are awesome. Their AI sucks. I will agree. But yes, they are pretty awesome. We can open this chest. We can open this chest. We get a dagger, a sharp claw, and a miner's sack. Come on. You can do it. This is like Pokemon. I call this a Pokemon challenge. I wanted to call it the Pokemon challenge, but then I was like, first of all, that's like copyright infringement, I feel like. Which, you know, I don't know. I didn't want, you know, Game Freak to slap me with a giant lawsuit. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna call it that. Because I don't need lawyers knocking on my door. Some Asian lawyer knocking on my door being like, what are you doing? You've been served, right? You know, I'm just saying. Alright, I gotta carry on. So I called it the Tamer Challenge. This was actually based off of I did 2 sets. Before End of Dragons came out, I did 2 sets of Elite Specialization Speculations. And the first set had the Tamer, which I actually had a whole concept about having 2 pets out at the same time on your ranger. And that was the elite specialization I had for that. And I called it the Tamer. So that's where that name came from. That's where the idea came from, I suppose. He's dying actively. I don't know what to relay there. Oh, it's because he's not hitting the enemy again. This is bugged, that's why. I was like, why is he dying? Because he's not killing anything. Oh god, I just canceled him out on his ability because I'm an idiot. Okay, now he's hitting him. Great. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is not even hard. Let's go over here. Let's get those 2 things. I don't even know why I'm fighting these guys. Alright, moving on. I get so wrapped up into like, ooh, gotta fight the enemies, that I don't realize I don't have to do this. La 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 la. Wow, look, we get 16 miners sack. Oh, also, with map completion, we're getting Black Lion chest keys. I will be, once I'm through, which, you know, it's horrible. I have completed a lot of maps and I've only gotten 5. I have really bad luck, and I think this run will present to you guys how terrible my luck is. I have finished how many maps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 maps, and I've gotten 5 keys. That's terrible. That's terrible. I don't know what the ratio, I don't know what the chances of getting a key, but that's terrible. Out of 14, I've gotten 5, which means 9 maps I didn't get any. So, really garbage, my luck. My luck is really bad. But I will still, by the end of the run, guys, I will be using all those keys to open, and maybe I'll get another bank contract. I did get a bank contract, guys, a few months ago, which is now happily sitting in my bank, not being used. At some point, I will sell it. I have a buyer that's willing to make it worth my while. Let's put it that way. All right, I hate this part. This is the worst part. Stonekin right there, guys. Guild Wars 1 stuff. Stonekin was actually a character that you could interact with. He was a drunk that would go around. Leroy Jenkins. Everyone know Leroy Jenkins? That is what that character was based off. His name was what was his name? Kilroy Stonekin? There's something Stonekin. I forgot what he was called. But and he was this character that would, like, you know, Leroy Jenkins was the guy that, like, ran in, you know, whatever, and he was just like, he would scream his name. He'd be like, Leroy Jenkins, and like run in or whatever, right, from WoW, from the WoW days. Now, Stonekin was based off of that character, and this NPC was a dwarf who would drink. He would be drunk all the time or whatever, and he, like, ran into the enemy. Like, he just like, you know, there's an army of enemies, and you just, like, run in screaming his name. It was based off of that, actually. And that happens in Guild Wars 1. We might see him. We might see him, guys. We might see him. How do I get up there again? Oh, God, I hate this. Not a fan of this. I gotta go up somewhere. I remember there's like a... Through here? I gotta find the way up. But yeah, he was a really, really funny character. And you could get some cool skills in the Eye of the North expansion. You could get some cool... cool skills from him. Where like if you were drinking or whatever, it would give you like extra strength on a skill and stuff. How do I get through there again? I know there was a way to get through that door. I hate this. I hate this so much. Whee! Oh, 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 oh. I made it. I cheesed it. Coming through. Did I go the right way? I don't know. All right, well, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time is when I'm going to start. Maybe a little bit earlier. I might start a little bit earlier, just so you guys know. Because I want to get through a lot of stuff tomorrow, so I might be earlier here. Just so you guys are aware. Sorry, guys. I got to answer a text message real quick. Ah! We're dying! Oh my god, I hate this. This is like the worst part of this map. I love this map, but this part right here, ugh, not fun. Now I gotta get out of combat first. Obviously that's not gonna happen. Where's my pet? Pet? There you are. Kill everyone. I don't want to deal with any of these fuckers. Oops. Wait. What? Oh. Okay, well that's fine too. Whatever. I guess we're gonna have to destroy everyone anyways. I got a hat. Alright. Gotta actually do some effort here because this is like not working. So Dredge, you know, we talked about poison recently, and I would like to see a rework of poison. Dredge are like the one enemy where poison is actually effective against, because they get protection and regeneration on themselves. So poison actually does do a pretty good job. Where the healing is like reduced. So this is actually a good map to be in with my pet. Amy the White Wolf over there, she's fighting as a Reaper, and I love it. I love seeing it. I mained Reaper for a long time. This was before Path of Fire came out. All throughout Season 3, I was maining a Reaper. And Reaper is still really fun, to be honest. Like, that's still a really fun elite spec to use. It's actually really simple. Like, for someone that wants to play a really easy elite specialization, Reaper, hands down. It doesn't have like 3 million buttons, you gotta remember. It's very sturdy. Does like really good damage. Yeah, and can provide, you know, if you spec it right, it can provide some, oh god. Okay, I was like, can I use my glider? And can provide some cool group stuff, right? With the blood magic line. So, maybe I should have waited, but that's okay. I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna hide. Ah! I'm gonna just run in circles. My pet will defeat you all. He really is great, isn't he? He does really good job. He does really good job. He does a really good job. Missed a word in that sentence. That's okay. Who needs words? I love him. I mean, he's not the prettiest. Like, I don't know what's going on with that eye, but no, that's okay. I wish we could get those river drakes. You know, the river drake models? Man, I would really love to get one of those. Because those models are really cool. The like base drakes that you see around, but you can't get those. Which I don't know why they didn't do that. They have so many different drakes in the game, but they didn't give us that one. Like, why? Why? Where's that hissing coming from? Alright, more defeating of the enemies. Go. Alright, let's map out where we need to go. So we've done this corner. All of this is all done. All of this is done. We've done this corner as well. So it's pretty much just like this side of the map that we have to do. That's really cool. Because I can go out the way I came in. And we can go in here. We can go into the script thing, which is right there. You know, you go into the tunnel or whatever, and it leads you like all the way to the script thing here. So we can do that. And then we come back out, go up here to the Priory base, with the low cave that's up there or whatever, and stuff. I need more enemies to defeat. Some enemies. I'm getting a bunch of rare stuff here. What's going on with that? Can I sell any of these? I can. Do they? At this point, I want to try my luck, which is terrible, but kind of want to see if I can get. Oh, look at that! I get 3 globs of ectoplasm. That's pretty good. I know I should be using the other ones, but I like using the cheaper one because I don't like paying money. I have all the other. I have the rune thingy one, the rune crafting, salvaging thing, whatever it's called, and I have the silver one as well. But I use the copper one. I like the copper one the most. I get very confused on what each one does and when to use it, and then I have to like look up what each one does and when to use it. Like I guess like when I'm trying to get like an upgrade thing, you got to use the rune one. And then if you have like higher quality ones, you want to like items like rares and stuff, you want to use the silver. But then again, I don't have any space here. I don't know why I have asparagus on here. I think that was for my Spectre, but why did I have that there? I bought some random food at some point. I think that was for my Spectre, wasn't it? Yeah, and then I have this module, and I don't know. I need more. I need more space. I have too much crap in here. Kellis Reef, okay. I also want to kind of, I want to do like an assassin, right? Guild Wars 1, like the thief in Guild Wars 2 is based off of the assassin in Guild Wars 1. And I really want to do like, a comparison build where I use all the abilities that a Guild Wars 1 assassin could use, like a good setup or whatever. That is like, no, the other way around. I want to do like a double dagger thief setup in Guild Wars 2. And I want to have it like set up to the point where it's like, oh, I got mail. Oh, because I leveled up. I was like, what the fuck? So I want to do like a double dagger thief setup kind of, and do something that where I can like have comparable builds between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, and kind of like have the like show you guys like, okay, this is what an assassin in Guild Wars 1 looked like and how they functioned, and then like this is what it's in Guild Wars 2 pretty much, which is the thief, but you know, you can have like an assassin-y setup or whatever. So one thing that I will say, one thing that I really miss is that in Guild Wars 1, the assassin, I don't know if it was just the, I think it was just the assassin. When the assassin used skills or like even attacked, I think, there was a very distinct sound that would play when you would get a critical hit. And it's so weird, and it makes me laugh because it's like the dumbest shit I've ever said, I feel like. But it's such a satisfying sound effect. Like when you hear that, like it's like this metal clanking sound, but it's like this really high pitched like clanking sound, and it indicates that you have a critical, right? Which in Guild Wars 2 you just have like, you know, it's the red splash effect behind your number, and it's a larger number that you get, right? I really wish there was like that same effect, that sound effect. Like I don't know if, because I think there is a distinct effect in Guild Wars 2 between doing regular attacks and doing critical attacks, but it's not as distinct and it's not as satisfying either. I really, 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 really love that sound effect. It's such a cool sound effect because it's just like, yeah, you know, and then you can just do a ton of damage. There's like a specific setup you can do where close by enemies, you can just do like so much damage to them. If you end up getting because the way, and I think this is where auto attacks, that's what they were based off of, right? So we have auto attacks in Guild Wars 2 that you use the ability and it flips over to next ability and then flips over to third ability, right? A lot of them are like 3 abilities that you use. Now, this is, as far as I can see, it's based off of the Guild Wars 1 Assassin, because the Guild Wars 1 Assassin was, like I said, there's auto attacks. So you could just like go up to an enemy and just like press attack, and you would just like hit with your sword, or, you know, fired like a ball of energy with your staff or whatever, right? There wasn't like an auto attack chain. It was just like a regular auto attack that you'd see in other RPGs and stuff. But the unique thing about the Assassin was that they actually had chains of attacks that you could do, where you had to have it in order. You know, you had to have a lead attack start out the chain. If you didn't use a lead attack, then you weren't actually able to use the second attack, which I think is a dual attack. I want to say it's a dual attack, I'm not sure. And then you have like a third one, and it's always like in threes or whatever, and there's like a symbol on it, and you could tell which strike is what. And there's certain skills that would be identified as like, this is a lead attack and this is a dual attack or whatever, right? And you would have to chain them. So if an enemy, for example, would block my lead attack, then I'm not able to use my second ability. I have to go back to my lead. I have to wait until my lead attack is off cooldown and try to hit with it. If I don't actually get a hit in, then I'm not actually allowed to go to the second skill in the chain. So that's kind of where like auto attack chains are based off of in Guild Wars 2, is that, which I'm pretty sure, and I might be wrong on this, but the auto attack chain on the Thief Dagger 1, I'm pretty sure is like a chain in Guild Wars, or in Guild Wars 2, the Thief, the auto attack chain on the Dagger 1 is like a chain, one of the chains that you could have in Guild Wars 1. You know, and they use daggers, of course, you know, so, but yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff that you could do different builds with and stuff, so. They're helping me. It's very nice. So I think this challenge is going to get a lot more challenging once we move into level 80 maps, where, you know, I am out leveled right now. Like, I'm out leveling all the content by like 30 levels. You know, it's just kind of a shame, but that's just how it is. And you know, I didn't really like. I did have the guild experience boost. And I think at some point I did use, I think I'd used one of the birthday boosters, I want to say. I used like one of them that I had on it. But other than that, I didn't really do that much. But I do get from my account. I do get some extra experience, 39% from kills. So, but it's still like we leveled really fast. So we're like way ahead of everything going on. But I think once we actually level out, you know, we get into the maps that are like higher level, that are like comparable to us, it's gonna get a lot harder. Getting some hero challenges done, stuff like that, is gonna definitely be tough. Help out here, pet. Spew your poison.
Hit me harder. The dragon strengthens me. Bleed for dragon.
Awesome.
Success is ours.
Success is ours. So this is more the lull stage of the run, because in the beginning, when you don't have a lot of traits and stuff, it gets pretty hard, right? But then once you start getting the traits and you start out leveling the content, it becomes fairly easy. Fantastic. This is great. We're doing great stuff here. Well, it's really nice having a helper. I do want to kind of get that chest. There is a chest in the back here. Ooh, I'm gonna use my poison. I've been playing some Elden Ring again today. I really was like, after yesterday, I was really in the mood to play some of that. And I got so weird. I don't know why. Like the first time, the you know, the first couple times, or the first time that I think I only streamed it one time or maybe 2 times. It might have been 1 or 2 times, but I didn't really get very far, and I got kind of, I felt like I got kind of stuck. There wasn't a lot of stuff to do, and it was very like, I didn't get a lot of items that I wanted. Then yesterday when we were streaming, right, we all know about like all the different items that I got, all the different things that were happening. I was like, whoa, okay. And then today, it's same thing. It was crazy. I got like all this really good stuff, and I was like, oh man, yes. Like I needed this. Like I got like I won against the one boss that gives you like a talisman slot, so I can have a second talisman now. And then I went into this tower. We walked by this tower yesterday. Actually, it was the tower that had the door that was like closed off or whatever, and there was like the ghostly turtle in front of it. That was like right before we ended the stream, before I went into that like last dungeon that I did. And you actually had to find like 3 ghostly turtles that you had to kill right around that tower. There was one right outside the door. There was one in the bushes right next to where the first turtle was, but it was like really, really hard to see. And
Meditate on the shrine.
and so you can do this right here, guys. You can actually kneel, and you can summon bear, a bear spirit attack, and it's an event. And I'll talk about this in a second, but yeah, and then you could go in the tower, and that at the very top of that tower, you got an item that would be that would let you hold another spell. So now I have like 3 spell slots. Then I got, what else did I get? I don't know. I leveled up. I went to new areas. I was just like, whoa, everything's like working now. So because I felt like I was kind of stuck when I was playing before, and I was kind of getting bored because I'm like, oh man, I'm stuck and I can't continue and everything's so hard. I didn't want to go to Caelid because in Caelid like everything kills you. Okay, so right here, so kneeling at shrines was something that happened in Guild Wars 1. You could go to all the shrines of the gods and you could kneel in front of them, and you were able to get like a blessing. I think you had to like pay the money or something, and you'd get a blessing from them. And this is a reference to that, where you actually you kneel here, you defeat the bear, and you actually get like this, you know, random effect of power for 5 minutes. I don't even know what the power increase is. What is my power is at 1073, so let's remember that. 1073, so let's see once that drops off what it goes to. I'll just have to remember, which is probably not going to happen. I want to see. It's probably like a 50 point, right? It's like 50 points or something that you get, right? Like something like that. Something like that. Maybe it's a lot less. Who knows? Who knows? Oh no, the rabbits. I still don't understand. Like they throw the rabbits, but then they turn into worms or something. I don't really. I've never understood that skill. I don't quite get it. Oh, I gotta get that Vista up there. Yeah. Can you kill that thing, please? Okay. Da 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 da. My throat is really sore. One thing I will tell you guys, and I've talked about this before, when there's like significant changes in weather, specifically in Florida, it's very drastic whenever it happens. It'll go from like being 90 degrees outside to going to like 30 degrees. It fucks me up, guys. It really does. And it's doing you know, it's doing more so now than it did before. Well, how do I get? Oh, I'm supposed to do that down there, I think. Is that down there? I'm supposed to get up. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Okay, I was like, how the hell did I get up there? Yeah, it really fucks me up. Like, we had a temperature change, you know, we had the cold front come in, and like I said, it's such a stark difference. It literally went from being 90 degrees outside, sunny, hot, to raining for 3 days straight. Which it hadn't rained in literally weeks now, months actually. I think it hasn't like properly rained. So it's like raining for like 3 days straight, thunderstorms, like blah whatever, and then it's going to being in the 30s, right? Which is like really cold for Florida. I understand that there's other places like what Wisconsin I heard the other day had like 3 or something. Was there like, I'm like, oh god, I don't even want, that's too cold. But you know, it's just such a stark contrast, and it fucks me up. It makes me really tired. It literally makes me want to just lay in bed and sleep. I don't know if it's like, you know, I'd like to think more on the positive side on that, where I'm like, maybe I'm just so attuned to nature. I don't know, that's probably really bullshit. That's probably really stupid, but I'm like, what's the reason? Why would that like affect me so much? Ooh, can I get in there? Can I get in there? Is someone doing this right now? Someone doing this jumping puzzle right now? Ooh, one lone person is doing a jumping puzzle. Ow! Let's not do that. No reason for me to do this. Get out. Get out. No reason for me to do this right now. With just a pet in the darkness, I don't know. It's just not. It's not what I really want to deal with. Wow. Keep knocking him down. He's gonna fuck all of you guys up. I'm just saying, you guys are not safe. Godzilla doesn't care. He's like Honey Badger. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit. Godzilla doesn't care. Alright, we're shooting into nowhere. It's fine. He's frozen. They have some funny. Well, the headaches are, the headaches are one thing, but I'm just really tired. I'm really tired all the time. And it only happens when the temperature changes like that. It's fucking weird. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Where I'm like, just for the last couple days, all I wanted to do is sleep. And like I said, I wrote my script for like 4 hours this morning, and guess what I did afterwards? I went shopping, and then I laid in bed. And before I went shopping, I laid in bed. Oh. No, but I think it's just, you know, I don't have like, you know, I don't have allergies and stuff, but even I get like all the pollen in my sinuses and stuff. It fucks up your sinuses because there's just so much pollen in the air that even if you don't have allergies, the pollen still gets into all of your stuff. You breathe them in, right? And they get stuck in there, and it's like, I wake up certain mornings where it's just like I'm completely congested and I feel like I'm sick, but it's just pollen. Like once I like get all that stuff out, you know, you take like a hot shower and you blow your nose and all that stuff comes out. It's just like, I feel great. I'm okay. I'm not actually sick, and I don't, you know, I don't like get like allergies and stuff, but it's just like there's so much pollen around here. It's really bad. Yeah, I mean, you know, I did finally write the script that I've been like waiting on. I just got to record it. I think writing the script itself is the hard part nowadays because, you know, we talked about this before where I still love the, like, look at the Asuran footsteps. Beep, 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 beep. I love those. Those are cool. Where, like, I never wrote out word for word scripts, but my latest video, the freelancer review, was actually word by word thing, so it's a little bit different, right? And I want to do that. I want to continue that. I feel more confident about those videos, and yes, I might sound more like a robot, but I can articulate myself a lot better, and I can use a lot different like words, right? Other words. Like again, I can't articulate myself right now, but when I type it up, I can. So it just sounds overall, I think, a little bit better because I can make it sound a little bit better. So yeah, I'm going with like literal like. I mean, Yeah, I don't know, but it's just like I can tell that I'm reading off of something. You know, it's different than when I'm sitting here and I'm having a rant about something. It's naturally just, you know, I talk about the thoughts that are just coming out of my mind. There was a lot of stuttering, a lot of ums and ahs and whatever. But if you're making like a structured video about something informational or some concept or theory or whatever, you want that to be concise and you want it to be to the point, and you want it to be not, you know, where, like I said earlier, where I like talk around my points, my different points that I'm saying. I don't know why I'm not opening this chest. See, again, I'm like, ooh, I gotta fight everything. No, I don't. I don't have to fight everything. I can go away. I can go away. Yeah. Oh, made it. Yay. Oh no, this heart. I hate this heart. Oh well. So, and I appreciate it. I mean, I'm glad that you thought it sounded fine, but like I said, I just really wanna go with that, right? I wanna go with that concept of really just using. Do I still? Wait a minute. Do I still have the? Oh yeah, I still have the. I'm like, why can't I see characters? Why can't I see people? It's really irritating. It's because it's on lowest. So, but yeah, and you know, like I said, I can get my points across a little bit easier as well, where I don't have to talk around the point because I can like really prepare what I want to say, and it just sounds better. I think overall, it's better. I might sound a little bit more robotic, and like I'm reading off of a script, but again, it was only my first video, right? So maybe I'm gonna get better at that too. Maybe I'll get better at reading and talking at the same time, and not sound like I'm reading off of a script. So, but yeah, it's a Digimon video. I know not everyone, like, I know my Pokemon video only got like 21 views. People didn't care to see it. But you know, it doesn't matter because I enjoyed making it and I want to start a discussion, and maybe at some point, maybe someone will discover it and be like, "Whoa, this is the coolest thing ever," right? If I can make one person happy, or make them think about something interesting, or I don't know, just like change their day in some shape or form for the better, or for the more interesting, like towards something more interesting, then it's worth it, right? I don't have a huge following, I don't, you know, but the people that I do have, I do appreciate them, and I hope that they do enjoy the stuff that I have. Well, you know, I mean, like I said before, I somewhat have this like mentality of like I make the videos for myself, which, you know, I need to have that mentality because otherwise I get depressed when people don't watch my videos. If I make videos for other people, and people aren't watching the video, like the Pokemon video, if I had put the mindset on, you know, I made a Pokemon video, Pokemon is the biggest franchise, people go on YouTube, watch Pokemon videos all the time, you know, you would think that I have, you know, like, you would expect me to think that, oh, I'm gonna get all these views on there, all these people are gonna comment on it, and I ended up getting like 21 views on it, right? You know, I mean, it's like, that would upset me like a lot, you know what I mean? That would make me really, and it has in the past. There has been videos where I expected a lot more something to come out of it, you know, a lot more I don't know, just reactions from people or whatever come out of it, and they didn't, and I, you know, I've had to learn that, you know, I'm not super popular, and I make niche stuff, and I make stuff that maybe people aren't interested in seeing, and I need to like make those videos for myself. But if I can make someone, you know, if I can make someone stay with it, if someone, you know, really enjoys watching my videos, like you love watching the Dragoon series, you know, like the Legend of Dragoon, and that makes me so happy because, you know, this was requested by someone. I had the slight idea of like, yeah, maybe I should do this, but it was requested by someone. So I am pretty much not even doing that series for myself. I had it as a thought, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that at some point. But then someone asked for it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, now I got to do it, right? So, and now I'm doing that. So it makes me happy that people are enjoying it, because specifically playthroughs, like, there's no sense in me showing the video, like recording the videos and uploading them and playing through it with you guys. If people aren't watching it, then I can just play by myself through it. You know, there's no sense in me actually like recording that stuff. But people watching it and enjoying it, like that, you know, that makes that worthwhile. Oh well, that's great. Well, I'm glad that I can do that. I do. That's, you know, that's. I feel like that's what making videos is all about. I feel like you should make someone stay better, or you should try to make the world better, or whatever it is that you make in the videos. This doesn't pertain to simply. Oh, I guess I could help here, right? So this doesn't just simply pertain to video games, but any videos, right? I feel like that content creators for any type of stuff should try to enhance life in some shape or form. Make someone's life better, easier. You know, if you're doing guides, you're doing it to help other people. If you're doing informational videos about like how to do something on a computer, or how to fix something in a car, or you know, how to like an exercise video, or like I've watched yoga videos. You know, you those are usually, I mean, the reason should be because you're trying to help someone, not because you're trying to be famous or whatever, right? Like, and there's a cool, you know, and like I said before, it's like I don't know if you know Grandia, but Grandia is a really great RPG, and I did a playthrough of that last year as well. You know, so if you're interested in seeing other stuff, you know, I did Digimon World 2003, which, you know, you have to be a Digimon fan kind of to get into it, but it's cute. It has a lot of stuff. That was my first playthrough. And then I did Grandia, which Grandia is comparable to Legend of Dragoon in its own way. I mean, you know, it's a different story, different characters, it looks different and stuff, but you know, it's a JRPG, so you know, I have that too. And like I said, I want to do more niche stuff. I want to do stuff that not everyone watches. And yeah, so I guess we can. Oh, okay. Cantankerous rat. Whoa, she just killed that rat. So. And then we're going to be doing Child of Light, which is really a beautiful game. Child of Light is really, really adorable. And it's like this, you play like a storybook almost. Like this really cool, like it has this artistic style of drawing and stuff. Oh, it's really cool. And it's a beautiful story and it's really nice. It's not a super long game, I want to say. So, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can look through that. It's a little bit of a longer series as well. It had 2 discs for PlayStation 1, and that's a cool game. And then yeah, Child of Light. Like I said, it's no Child of Light is no Legend of Dragoon. There's not going to be like. There's not going to be 100 episodes. I feel like Legend of Dragoon is going to get to 100 episodes, and I'm just going to literally probably like throw up in my head, in my mind, because it's going to be like 100 hours of gameplay pretty much that I have up. Why are you not attacking this rat? Here, spew poison at it. Okay, there we go. Targeting. Yeah, why do we not have other dogs? We need more dog pets. We only have the Crichton Drakehound. Why? Why do we not have... There's so many other dog models. Why do we not have more dogs in the game as pets? There's like the Canton Shibas. Why do we not have those as pets? It's kind of messed up. Or not. Come on. Come on, get your shit together. But yeah, and then Child of Light, and then Crusader of Senti, which my sister will know. My sister will know. As under a different name. It was known differently in Europe. You know, those were the days when localizations were very interesting. So it's known as Soleil in Europe, but in the United States it's known as Crusader of Senti, which is again actually a pet-based game as well. That's a really cute game, really good soundtrack. I'm really excited for it. So that's why I kind of want to get through Legend of Dragoon, because I'm like, oh my god, this series is gonna be so long. Not that I'm not enjoying it, I really have a good time playing through it, but I'm like, oh, I gotta get done with this at some point. I just, you know, you're right there. Just attack it. Do it. Fine. We're leaving. There we go. All these dead rats. But yeah, and the you know, Digimon World 2003 was also like my first upload. It was my first playthrough, and it was daily episodes actually. I had like every day I had a 30-minute episode, and I remember like before work, and I actually was working a lot of doubles back then, so I was like never home. So I would on my break I would have to like rush home to record an episode and upload it. Like, it was so weird, and I was like, I can't do that. And then I tried to do, and then with Grandia, the whole process was record the whole series and then upload like 2 episodes a week or something. I did, kind of like what I'm doing now. Yeah, and that was weird because that felt kind of a little disconnected, because I would get like comments on it, or like I would upload something and I'd be like having to write a description, but I played it like 2 months ago, and I'm like, oh, I don't even remember what happens in this episode, so I had to like watch the episode back, and I'm like, well, that's kind of counterintuitive because I'm trying to save time, you know. So the way I'm doing it now, I think, is the best way to do it, where just like as I play through, I do like 1 or 2 episodes a week. Oh no, I think that's the best way to do it. And then there will also be, after I've done those 3 games, there's a game called, what am I missing? I'm missing 1 point of interest. Not here. There it is. All right, we move south. Whee! Those games are all RPGs. A lot of them are very cutesy, very sprite-based, very just turn-based combat, blah, blah, blah. There's a game that's very unknown that I had a really good time playing because the combat system in that game is so unique. There's no other game like it out there. No other game I've ever played plays like that game. And that game is called Silent Bomber. Okay, it was a PlayStation 1 game. It was, again, like a Japanese-inspired game. Obviously, it has like anime-looking characters and then stuff. But it's actually a very, it's going to be a very stark contrast to everything else I've done, because it's a very modern, futuristic war game. Not really war game, but you're like this elite infiltration unit that goes to destroy this giant ship called the Dante, and you have to fight your way through with bombs, and that's why you're called the Silent Bomber, because you have these things on your arms that can plant bombs either where you're standing, so you can leave like a minefield, or you can actually like target your enemy and like send a bomb onto them, and it's like attached to them. And it's like a really interesting system that I have never ever seen in another game. It's really cool, and it has like a lot of like unique aspects and stuff, and that's gonna probably be the one after that, to kind of switch it up a little bit, do a little bit different stuff. And again, I don't know how long. That one isn't gonna be too long either. They might be 30-minute episodes only to kind of make the series a little bit longer. I don't know. I'll have to see like how it feels when I upload it. Bomberman. It's funny because it's you know, Bomberman. Oh god, I can't get in. Oh, I can break the door. Can I? Well, I'm gonna kill these guys first before I worry about the door. I was able to target it a minute ago. Oh, shit. Oh god. Oh, there's a gate. Oh, there's a gate open. He's running inside. He's leading the way. Hey, look, he helped me out. Yay, finished the map. All right, guys, cross your fingers for a key. Please, 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 please. Oh, come on. So sad. Well, you know, yes, it is almost like Bomberman in the way that you lay bombs, but that's it. That's honestly where the comparison ends. It's a completely different game. It feels very different. I want to do, let's go somewhere else. So we finished this map. Let's go here. I want to get all the lower level stuff done. We have done this. We have done everything on this side, so I don't even have to worry about that side anymore. This, yeah, so I think the lowest level stuff right now is Hinterlands. Harathi Hinterlands. Let's do this. But yeah, Silent Bomber, if you guys haven't seen it, like I don't know, you could probably find a video, like a trailer or something, like online on YouTube or something. It's a very unknown game, which is weird because I remember I have such fond memories of trying to finish that game. It gets really hard because you have to, like, you can expand how far you can throw bombs and how many bombs you can have and how big the area is that they affect. And again, sounds very much like Bomberman, right? But yeah, but it's like action-y because you're like a person, like you run around. It's a little like it's more like this. Like this is kind of what it looks like. You run around. It's not top down, so to say, but it's almost like a top down, right? It's like a little bit skewed in the way that it looks. And you run around and you jump and you have this like ability where you can like jump forward really far, and you have to like destroy these buildings. You have to go around. You have these missions where you have to like do all kinds of, you know, whatever, like, oh, destroy this, and then there's all these bosses that appear. And you know, it's very like it's almost like it feels, and I'm not very familiar with Metal Gear Solid, but it feels, because I only ever played the first one, I haven't played any other Metal Gear Solid, but it feels like a very futuristic Metal Gear Solid in the way that it like presents itself a little bit. But it's just a fun game. It's just a really fun game. I don't know, I have a good time with it. And it's like a mission based, so there's only like, I don't know, like 15 missions to go through or something like that. I don't know, I just throw out a number, but I have no idea. I haven't played this game since I first played it when I was a child. So, but I think about that game a lot. It's a game that I spent very many hours playing, very many hours just you know, late into the night trying to like defeat this boss. And I remember there's one particular boss, and I'll talk about that boss too, that like had me stumped for like the longest time, and then eventually I got it. And then it's actually a very pivotal point in the story itself, where what happens right after is just kind of like, oh shit. And then we'll see. Maybe I kind of want to do, because I have done Grandia 1, which you know, I have the HD collection for Nintendo Switch, right? And it has 1 and 2 on it. So I might do Grandia 2 after that. So that'll probably be, by that time, it'll be next year. It probably won't happen this year. You know, depending on how fast I can get Legend of Dragoons, like all those games done, right? All 3 of the games that I have planned, plus Silent Bomber. But yeah, it's, oh, is the thing gonna happen here? Wait, does it come out here? No, what's happening? What are we? I don't have a Breckenbeck. Oh, a guild is doing this? Okay. Sorry, I'm so far away, and I don't want to run there. But yeah, Grandia 2, which is, you know, you don't have to have played Grandia 1. Like, you literally don't have to have Grandia 1 played. Different characters, completely different world. There's not even anything in lore that's based around anything at all, right? We talk about the Icarians and the, or Icarians, or whatever they're called, because they go back and forth on the pronunciation on those. You know, and we talk about ancient Angelou civilization. None of those things play any role whatsoever in Grandia 2. It's a completely different world. It's a completely, the only thing that I will say is like certain items and certain, or maybe not even items. I don't even know how items factor into that, but I know that skills. There's a lot of skills that are carried over, that have the same name or whatever, and they're very. That's the only thing that they have in similarities there. So, but it's a great game on its own. It has a really cool story. Again, it's like a good versus evil kind of thing. Has a lot of like religious themes within it, not as in like God and stuff, but they do talk about like it does deal with like gods and the devil and like you know, just that type of stuff, you know. But it's really cool. Has a cool story, has some cool characters in it. Again, you get like a band of like friends that like hang out and do stuff. Okay, can I unlock this place? Thank you. Jesus. I'm just randomly walking around the map. If I miss something, I'll just go back to it. Arathi's pretty easy to traverse because it's very flat in a lot of places, so it's not too hard to get from one place to another. And I think when you go through the rubble, Skelk might come out and attack you. Shadow Skelk, I think, right? Again, Skelk in Guild Wars 1 looked way different. Way different. They were not shadowy based creatures, they were more like plant based creatures. And they looked more like fungus almost, like they looked like fungi almost. Like they looked like wallows, but with like funguses on them or something. They had a lot of different models, so they didn't all look the same. But like in Guild Wars 1, all the in Guild Wars 2, all the Skelks look the same, but they don't in Guild Wars 2. Or in Guild Wars 1. Blah. You know what I mean. And then we'll see. I don't know what other playthroughs. You know, that'll be well into like the next year by the time I'm done with all of that. So we'll have to see if there's something in particular that I really want to do. I don't know. Is there a specific playthrough that I want to do at that point? I don't know. We'll have to see. There is my favorite game of all time is reserved for my 1,000 subscribers. So if I get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube, I will be playing through my favorite game. And I will be crying and laughing and having a good time because I am very emotionally attached to that game. Very much. And it's my favorite game of all time. And it's probably just nostalgia goggles. I don't care. It's my favorite game. People can hate me for it. They don't. And it's a great game. There's no reason really to hate anyone for liking that game. But yeah, so that's definitely, that's gonna be reserved for that. That'll be the whatever I'm doing at that point, whatever playthrough I'm doing. Once I hit that 1,000, I'm gonna immediately start on that playthrough. That's gonna happen. Or maybe not. Maybe I should like play through whatever I do and then do. I should probably play through whatever I'm doing. I shouldn't interrupt the playthrough of another game. So I'll finish up whatever playthrough I have and then do that game. Statue of Dwayna, rich iron vein. And that game is probably gonna have a lot of episodes too, because there's a lot of extra stuff that you can do. You can go through the world and there's a lot of extra things you can do in that game. Also, I was thinking, because Emily, you and I were talking about this the other day, doing like Yoshi's Island again. You know, I hate to be like, I don't know, I don't hate it, actually. I don't know why I said that. Being nostalgic, right? Being something like, my birthday's coming up, okay? My birthday's coming up on the 27th of this month. And the very first time that I streamed was 4 years ago on my birthday. And the very first game that I streamed, yes, exactly, was Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island was the very first game that I ever streamed, guys. Oh, I remember the days. I remember the days. I didn't have anything set up. I had like no idea what I was doing. And it was really awkward, and I don't think they were good streams, but you know what, we all start somewhere, you know, and I gotta say, I think I've gotten a lot better with it, but it would be fun. Wouldn't it be fun to see Yoshi's Island? I could do like a really cool stream, and I could do maybe a longer stream, because it's a Sunday night, so I could do like a, I don't know, I don't want to say like a 12-hour stream, but, Oh, my stream. So, but you know, I don't know, like just kind of play through the game. You know, it's just a fun game. It's a fun, cute game. The music is really memorable, and it's just a good time. That game, you know, it just makes me happy when I play it. It's just good. It's just a good game. So I would really love to do that with you guys on stream. I don't know if I would do like a challenge run or anything for it. Just like play through it for my birthday, you know. You know, that's it. Yeah, I don't know how technically that will work. Thank you so much for following. I really appreciate that. Thanks. That means a lot. Thank you. Because I am going out for dinner that night. I have been invited by my very wealthy regulars they want to invite me out to dinner, which is very nice of them. They're very nice folks. They're very rich and nice, which is a great combination. Not that I'm after their money, because God knows I don't, you know, whatever. Like, why would they ever give me their money? But it's nice to have rich friends. I will say that. They can take you to nice places. Not that I want them to pay for my stuff, and they've never taken me anywhere ever, and I probably would never want them to do that outside of my birthday. But I don't know. I've always wanted to be like, I have rich friends. Who doesn't want rich friends? But for like the right reasons, you know what I mean? Where you can just like brag about having rich friends. I don't want anyone paying for my stuff. I would never want anyone to like be like, hey, I'll pay your house off for you. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Go away. That's terrible. It's like everything I have in my life, guys, I've had to earn. And that's how it should be. And I'm not complaining about that. I'm not trying to brag about it either, but that's how it should be. Yeah, they're taking me to an exclusive restaurant that only VIPs can get into, which is very intimidating. I'll tell you what, because I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta get dressed up. I do have slacks and stuff, so I'm probably gonna get dressed up, which I don't get dressed up, guys. I don't like dressing up. But I'm like, you know, for the occasion, we're going to a fancy restaurant. I'll do it. And it is very nice of them. Yeah, I didn't, you know, and it was completely on their part, because they were like, they had been wanting to, for, you know, because again, I don't like taking stuff from people. I don't like people paying for stuff. So they've been asking me for them to take me out for dinner for literally months now. For months. Every time they come in, they're just like, so when are we taking you out? When are we taking you out? When are we going, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know, and I'm always like, yeah, at some point. Like, oh, this is the model I'm talking about. This Drake model right here. I wish we could have that as a pet. We can't, though. It's very saddening. Ooh, Harbinger, nice. But then, you know, they were like, for your birthday, we're gonna take you out. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, all right, fine. I was like, you can take me out for my birthday. So they were very insistent on that. I was like, okay. Yeah, I don't like dressing up though. I feel very awkward. I like to be comfortable. You know, I'm like, even in jeans, like I'll tell you what, even jeans are uncomfortable to me. That's how casually dressed I dress. So if I could wear pajama pants everywhere, I would. I mean, I can, but it doesn't really look good, does it? I used to go shopping in my pajama pants. I don't care. It's Walmart. Who cares? When I would go at like 3 in the morning, I would go in my pajama pants. No one's there. It's 3 in the morning. Why are you judging me? Like, I don't care. Nowadays, I'm like, it's the middle of the day. If I go in like in my pajama pants, I look like a fucking crackhead. So let's not do that. Look, it's a white mantle symbol. They're not even hiding it. They're just like right there, bam, bam, on the wall. No one's suspicious of them. Oh, I interrupted myself. Hey, J-Rox, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Whoa. This leader is really strong. All right, spew some poison on him. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for subscribing on my YouTube. I really appreciate it. My subscriber number has been climbing steadily, and it's making me very happy. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for doing that. For coming in and liking my stuff and subscribing. It means a lot to me. Are you pretty cool? I don't know. I'm pretty awkward. I'm kind of weird. I'm not very smart. I'm not very talented. Don't get me started. I'll start pointing out all the things that are wrong with me. And then everyone's going to be like, no, that's not true. And then I suck at everything that I do in life. No, there's some things that I'm really good at. I'm really good at saving money and like money management. I'm really good at that. That's where it ends. That's all my good stuff. And I can't, you know, I remember the dumbest stuff in lore. In Guild Wars lore. I'm just a fountain. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Well, thank you. I'm just a fountain of Guild Wars knowledge. Guild Wars lore knowledge. Like, it's so sad. I was talking about this the other day, how I forgot my cat's name for a solid 10 minutes. And I had to walk away from her because I didn't remember her name, and I felt so embarrassed. There was no one around, but I was really embarrassed by myself. But then I know all these fucking dumb characters and all these like randos from the Guild Wars universe, and it's like, why? Why? Why do I know this? And I don't know my cat's name. Hey, welcome. Hey, welcome everyone. I remember dumb. Welcome. Hey guys, thank you. Oh my god, look at all of the folks here. Hi folks. Jesus, there's so many of you. Hi guys. I can't even, I'm trying to read all the names and it's going through so fast. Undead Pool. I love that name. That's a great name. Aquila Vola? Is it Vola? Volat? I don't know how to say that. Thank you for following. Udevenity Tio? I don't know how to say your guys' names. I'm sorry. Thank you guys. Hit the follow button. Thank you guys. Ixo Anna Maria. Divinity. LOL. So it's like, it's not divinity, but it's divinity. It's like divinity. Whatever, I give up. I'm bad with names, guys. I will tell you what. Okay, English is my second language. Don't. I will use that excuse until the day I die. Which is a really sad excuse. Welcome, everyone. So for those of you that are new here, I'm doing a challenge run. I'm not using any weapons. I'm only allowed to use these 3 command skills. That's kind of what I've said myself. Like, this is it. I'm using just a pet. We're doing a map completion, world completion, doing all the maps. We're halfway through, which is nice. Yeah, and that's it. We're just only using our pet. Godzilla over here. He's doing a great job, guys. Like, if you aren't using a Marsh Drake, what are you doing with your life?
Wrong choice. No! My poor captain. The unit will have to make
It's just fun, you know. I'm trying to, so to kind of give you guys a background on my channel and the stuff that I do on both my YouTube and my Twitch. I try to do niche stuff. I try to do stuff that not everyone does. And I'm sure there's challenge runs that people do for Guild Wars, you know, all the time. But I don't think they're as common, right? Very common stuff is like raiding and PvP, World versus World. You know, those types of things are very common. Going through the story, doing... Whoa! Did you see that explosion? Holy crap. You know, those sorts of things are very common. So I'm trying to find stuff that not everyone does. I've recently finished a pacifist run. Leveling a warrior from 0 to 80 without using any weapon skills. Just going around doing hearts that I could, doing whatever I can to level up and stuff, exploring and harvesting and those sorts of things. And this is my next run. So I'm doing this run where I'm just using a pet, and my pet is the only one that does stuff. Great, I love that you love that idea. So I will be continuing this. So we're doing 100% world map completion. And then we're going to be going into End of Dragons. I actually want to do map completion on just a pet with this guy in End of Dragons. And we're going to be using some End of Dragons pets. And we're going to be doing that type of stuff. I'm not allowed to waypoint unless I'm changing maps. So when I die, I can only go to the nearest available waypoint. And I'm not allowed, if I'm missing something on the map, I have to walk there. I'm not allowed to use mounts. I can use gliding, because God knows I don't want to die to fall damage. That's dumb, right? Who wants to do that? Yeah, I don't know. There was something else I wanted to say, I forgot. Thank you, I appreciate it very much, J-Rocks. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good night. For those of you that are also new here, tomorrow I will be doing a comparison stream. This will be the first one in a well, series. I don't know. I'm gonna go through probably all of Guild Wars 2, but I'm gonna be comparing Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2, specifically Xingji Island tomorrow is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through all of Cantha. In both games, and we're gonna be having like a split screen side by side. I'll be, you know, one side will be Guild Wars 1, one side will be Guild Wars 2, and we'll be exploring the areas, and we'll be talking about what has changed, what hasn't changed, what we can see, you know, what's there, blah blah blah, all this fun stuff. Thank you guys, thank you so much. Have a good night, J-Rocks. So we'll be doing that. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, that'll happen tomorrow, and I'll be doing those, every Tuesday until the foreseeable future. I'm not quite sure. So that's going on as well. So if you guys are interested. I do not have the Siege Turtle. I have frustratingly done the meta event 17 times. I know there's big discussions going on in the meta, and I know there is a lot of opinions out there. My only opinion about it is, quite frankly, I couldn't care too much about the Siege Turtle because it doesn't have that much application to me. I don't play with a lot of other people, and you know, it's cool. I love it. I think it's great, but for me personally, I'm not super huge on the turtle. The thing that pisses me off the most is that I'm locked out of lore. There's a lot of, I can't finish the Marjorie collection because of not being able to finish the meta. I haven't met Albex yet, which is like a huge thing that I talked about in my playthrough. I recently did a playthrough, when End of Dragons came out, I did a 5-day streaming event. I did giveaways and all kinds of stuff. And we hung out and we played through all of the different things in End of Dragons, through the whole story, and we did the map completions and blah, blah, all the stuff. And yeah, and I ended up like getting like kind of like, okay, you can't do any of this other lore because you can't finish the meta event. So my only gripe with that is, right, that I can't get the lore. So yeah, I have done 17 times now. I have done I think 6 or so of them were incredibly organized groups with discords, setting up groups, setting up boon distribution, you know, that sort of stuff. The other ones were just random encounters where I just kind of like joined in and tried to see if I could just, you know, whatever, tag along and do the best I can, but not really like help organize stuff. And I still haven't made it, so it's just a point of frustration for me at this point. And I you know, whatever your thoughts are, if they should nerf it or not, like I don't know where I stand, guys. I have no idea. I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. I just want to get through it because I want to see the lore. I want to get through it because I want to know what happens with the Marjorie quest. I want to see the Albex collection that's there. I want to see, I don't know, whatever else happens after that, right? It's like I just want to see it. So wow, 1%? Holy crap. 1%. That's so, I'm gonna be honest, out of 17 times that I've done it, never have I gotten under 15. I think the lowest we've ever gotten was 15. And like I said, these have been organized groups. I go in with my Spectre. I'm like a Alacrity Spectre, you know. I try to help people organize, you know. I try to help people get up to 10% and get their like protocols up, and you know, I try to like get a little bit involved, you know, not super much because I feel like I don't know the mechanics too well and I'm not that great of a commander, but you know, I kind of like, I lieutenant a little bit, right? Like I kind of jump in there and then call these things out and help people. And it's just at the point where I'm like, I've invested 34 hours of my time into it and I've gotten nothing out of it, and it kind of sucks. You know, that's all I gotta say, that I'm locked out of the stuff that I care most about in the game is the lore, and I'm locked out of the lore, and I'm kind of like, "Ugh," I want to choke someone out. Yeah, so, and you know, even with the vendor, my frustration isn't the siege turtle. I couldn't care less. Like I said, the siege turtle, okay, whatever. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be using the siege turtle that much, to be honest. I don't see myself using it because it's very slow, it's very hard to move, and it's really just like a fun way to play with other players. But I don't, you know, I'm a lot of, like, I play a lot of this game solo. I don't really play with other people that much. I do on occasion, you know, and I do fractals or whatever, right? These things. Sharky the Destroyer. Alright, it's hanging out. So yeah, so you know, they're just like, oh, we'll just add a vendor for the siege turtle. I'm like, that doesn't help me though. Like, help me. I want help. Give me what I want. I wish they wouldn't lock the final, like, I guess it's like an instance or something that happens there, where you like, why did I get mail and I didn't actually get anything? Was that just like really delayed? I think it was really delayed. Yeah, I don't know. Just let me in the instance after the meta, even if I win it or not. Like just let me in there. Let me in it, please. So, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is, and you know, it's blocked me from making videos because I do lore videos, and I talked about this yesterday or last week sometime. But you know, I wrote this whole like page of a script about Albax. Oh, they mention Albax, and then he appears nowhere in the game, and that was such a waste. Why didn't they do? And then boom, he's actually in the game, but I haven't been able to see him. So I wasted my time writing the script, a one page of a script. So it wasn't like I sat there for 10 hours writing something. But yeah, that I couldn't even, I was like, delete all of this. And I was like, I don't want to even finish. I don't even finish this video, or the script at least, because I don't know what's happening. So, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to work on it, change something about it. I don't know. Hey, you, don't go in the water. Kill her before that happens. Get her. You're amphibious. You can swim underwater. Do it. Great. She's just... Look, it's Jesus. Jesus has come to us. Okay, well, that was very successful there. Let's go back to something that I could actually do.
I was born here, and I'll
But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully they'll figure something out for the noobs in the world, like me. You know, the people that suck, that aren't good enough to get this meta done. You know, I did the last, and like I said, it's been very organized groups. The last group was so really, really good stuff. You know, they sat there, for the whole 2 hours, you know, this commander was running events, was calling stuff out. We went into Discord. He was talking to people on Discord about everything that's going on, the mechanics. Everything was explained multiple times. You know, people were just like, yeah, a bunch of people were in the Discord. It wasn't even like just a few of us. There was a bunch of us in there. Do you know when we failed? On the second split, we couldn't kill the 3 enemies at the same time because there was one group whose DPS was really, really bad and the other groups wouldn't stop. So the 2 groups killed the one enemy, and then the other enemy still had like 25% health. And even with everyone rushing there to kill it, it didn't work. So and then we ended up running another like 2 minutes of doing that split, and then we were down to like 1 minute with 20% health left. And I was like, great, that's not gonna work. Can I repair this? How do I repair that? I know you can like fire these, right? You can fire these at their houses up in the mountains. Let's see. I know I'm not supposed to use skills, but that's not really using skills. How far did I shoot? Too far? Oh, I shot way too far. All right, whatever. I just wanted to see that. So I didn't really use the skill. I didn't kill anyone. Maybe there was like a random bird or something that I hit with it. That's okay. No one will know. I didn't get any experience points. Nothing popped up. We're good. All right, I guess I'm gonna just feed chickens. I guess and bulls. Da, 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 da. Done. Yay, we move on. Emily's like, I saw nothing. Good, thanks. I just kind of love that because you can like actually those centaurs up there. You can I'm pretty sure you can kill them with the catapults. But yeah, so you know I don't know. I was gonna say something about Ender Dragons and I forgot. I kind of want to go through the other elite specializations as well. I've only tried, you know, obviously I'm maining Spectre now because I'm just like in love with it, like extremely. Please buff Spectre. It's already really overpowered, so that's obviously just a joke, guys. Oh, see, this is the model. This is what I want. Why can't I have this Drake? That's what I want. See, he's really cool. It's lame. Anyways. No. But I've only tried Virtuoso, Vindicator, and Spectre. I haven't tried the others. I really want to try Bladesworn. Bladesworn looks like a ton of fun. And it looks like something that it's like, I don't know, the damage on there. And I love the like abilities. It looks like a really cool spec. But I'm not huge on like Warrior, so I don't know. What's everyone's favorite elite spec? What is everyone running? What are you guys like where you're like, this is really good? Like, is someone like an Untamed, like is someone maining like Untamed and they're like, it's the best thing since sliced bread? I just want to meet someone that says that, because not to like ridicule them or anything, but like to be like impressed by you know, because I've heard so many bad things about it that, you know, it's great to see people that are enjoying certain things that maybe other people aren't enjoying or whatever. Mechanist, Virtuoso. You know, Mechanist is also another one. I see posts on Reddit where people are like, I don't know, I don't like any of the elite specializations. I don't really feel like, but I don't know. I look at them and I'm like, they're so cool. So many of them so cool. Like the Vindicator is like really cool. The Virtuoso is really cool. The Mechanist, like, how do you not like that giant jade mech? It's so cool. You just started? Well, welcome to Guild Wars 2. I'm probably the worst person to watch because I suck. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome and thank you for joining, and I hope you have a good stay. Yeah, you can ask questions. I can answer lore questions. Mechanics, can't help you. Builds, can't help you with that. I have no knowledge of those things. I mean, I know a little bit, right? But yeah, I'm more of a lore guy. So if you have questions about the lore, I'm here for you. Willbender. Oh man, Willbender looks cool too. See, I like all of them. Like the Untamed is probably the one that I'm like, about, right? I'm like, no. Love the feel with the mace, really? Like the mace to me is like the worst part of the Mechanist, because I want a long range weapon. But I had this whole rant the other day during End of Dragons. Yeah, certainly. There's, you know, if you're looking also for a lot of instructional stuff, my friend Chicken Nooble, for you know, all of you guys that are watching anyways, he does a lot of really great like guides and stuff on YouTube. So if you're looking for like anything guide related, like explaining mechanics or, you know, whatever, like he has great videos. He does like really good stuff on his videos. So check out Chicken Nooble. And I do have some interesting videos on my channel as well. I didn't even, you know what? One video that I totally forgot to like promote recently is like the animal fun facts video, where I was like talking about all these different like Easter eggs with animals and stuff that are in the game, and a lot of people didn't know about them. That's a really cool video. If you guys are interested in seeing like cool Easter eggs in the game, and like interesting stuff about just animals in the game, there's certain stuff that I've actually forgotten. Certain stuff that I have forgotten. Certain things that I've forgotten to mention, but that video is really cool. Like, I really love that there was people that were like, wow, I didn't know a lot of stuff. That's over on my YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested, check me out on YouTube. Yeah, so I will tell you, so the elite specializations, I don't know if you watched my specifically you, Rhyme. I don't know if you watched my elite specializations that I had for End of Dragons. I made, for those of you that don't know, I made 2 sets of elite specialization speculations before End of Dragons came out, before all the new ones were announced. I made a set of 10 videos where I talked about the 9 elite specializations, and then kind of like a roundup where I talked about the feedback that I've gotten from it, and the comments and the things that people were commenting and saying and stuff. And then I made another set of like 1 long video where I kind of made another set based on what I got feedback from the community. So there were more based on what the community was asking for, viewers on my streams that talked to me about something, people that commented on my stuff, that sort of thing, right? And one of them was the community-based engineer, elite specialization, was the, what did I call it? I forgot what to call it, but it was like a minion master thing where you had like little golemancer. I made a golemancer, which had a long-range staff with healing abilities, I think. Healing abilities or damaging abilities? I don't remember. Whatever I picked for that. But it was just like an army of little golems that you could have. And the bar changed to like a production line where you could like produce these minions based on how full your bar was. That's kind of was the idea behind that. But yeah, so. The windmill, yeah. That windmill, man, it's so detailed, guys. We walked through that windmill. If you guys haven't been through, and I will just mention it. I'm not gonna go through it, but if you guys haven't, if you guys, you know, this is so accessible. Anyone can go here at any point in time, right? Right here in this windmill at Jeb's wheat field. Go through that, and just like look at the details. It's so detailed in there. There's so many little things, and they put like, for an area that you don't even go to, has literally nothing to do with the story or anything, they put a lot of thought into that windmill. That windmill is really cool. So if you guys are interested in like seeing like all these mechanisms work in there, and there's a little kitty in there, you can hang out with the kitty and stuff like that. So but yeah, that video, I don't know, the video was cool. I did get like one kind of confusing comment on it, and I didn't say anything about that comment, but to that comment, because I was like, they probably didn't they probably, it was like a brain fart situation where they like sent this comment and like didn't think about what they were saying, because the video was based on animal stuff, right? Animal facts and animal Easter eggs, and then they were like, oh, you could talk about like this, you forgot, or in the next video you could talk about these things, and I'm like, we were talking about animals, and they were talking about an Easter egg that had like nothing to do with animals. And I'm like, but it's about animals. Why would I talk about this thing that has nothing to do with that, with animals? It's just Easter egg. Like, I know there's way many more Easter eggs in the game, but they were like, the video was specifically about animal stuff. Why did I pick that? Because there was a Reddit post around that same time. Oh, is that Olgoth? Is that what's happening? I was like, why are we laughing? Oh, yeah, it is. Ha 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 ha. Did he like, is that literally spelled out exactly how many ha's he said? But yeah, you know, it was just, there was a post about the pigeons that you could find in Divinity's Reach, and I had no idea about these freaking pigeons. They're just dumb pigeons, you know, whatever. But it was just so cool to me. I was like, whoa, I played this game for 9 years and never knew about these pigeons. And then I was like, thinking of all the other things that are like in the game that are like animal related Easter eggs and fun facts and whatever else, you know, and that's kind of where it came from. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna make a video about that. I didn't. That was the one that I missed, which was, you know, it was like one of those things, again, was a brain fart where I wanted to bash my head against the wall, because I had my notes, and this was before I was writing them out on my computer, my scripts. I had my notes, that where I was like, okay, I gotta mention this, gotta mention that, blah blah blah, and it was on the list when I was making the video, but I'd skipped over it. I didn't even mention it. And then I'm like finishing up the video, and I even like I took videos of the guys. Like I literally went into the Crystal Oasis and I took video of these guys hanging out together. And I, you know, and like I wrote it all down and blah blah, and then I make the video, and I even add in my video editor, I actually added the video, the footage. It's in there, but I never used it. And I was like, what? I was like, I didn't put it on my recording, on my audio recording, and I made video for it, but I didn't use it. I'm like, what the fuck? So dumb. But I did mention that in the comments down below. I was like, Luckily, that one is one of the more obvious ones. I feel like people find that very easily, so I wasn't super upset about that. I was like, people find that Easter egg pretty easily, so I wasn't like super sad about it. But I was kind of upset because I was like, I did all this effort, and then I didn't do all the things I needed to do. The creepy cat room. What? What? Creepy cat room in Lion's Arch? Maybe I have. I don't know. What do I find this under? I need to see this now. Someone instruct me. No. Okay, tell me more. I can't find information on it. I don't think I've seen it. And I love it. See, this is exactly why I make videos. See, I love this right now. This is exactly why I make videos. Because I loved starting discussions with you guys. And like, I know I don't know everything. God knows I don't know everything. If I knew everything, I'd probably forget all of my pets' names. And I have 13 pets. I have 13 real life pets, guys. 11 of those are cats.
Nobody will ever stop
In between a building, and inside there are a bunch of cats everywhere. What? I didn't know this. What? I love you for that. That is awesome. I am so gonna check that out. Oh my god, it's already really late. That's okay. So let's jump over to that. I want to see that. Let's look at it, because really I go on to midnight, but since everyone's here, I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I do want to check this out though. Let's look at it real quick. Oh shit. Do you know about where it is? I need to find this right now. Okay, see where I am? See where I am? See all the shit that I have? Yeah, because I've been desperately trying to make this a thing. We're leaving Lion's Arch. It's all just putting up World vs. World hidden room. I already know about that. That was in the video. Where is this cat room? Does anyone know? Does anyone know here? Because I really want to find this. I have feet like a cat. What? Riddle me this. Courtesy rules. It's full of giant oh, no. That was the hidden rooms. Okay, I've been in there. Wait, that's it? Oh my god, does anyone know? Memos. Because I like even putting in like Guild Wars 2 cat room and Lion's Arch doesn't bring anything up. Buy a hair dryer was one of the results that I just got. Not exactly sure how that's happening. Baker and Taylor, which is a website, something about cats. I don't care. I don't know what that is. None of these are what I'm looking for. All right. Well, I don't think, unless someone knows where this is. There's so much. Like I literally was like, I'm gonna find this cat room, and then I realized how big Lion's Arch is. It's gonna take me years to find. It's probably up here somewhere. I know about the script thing over there. That I also forgot to mention in there. All right, well that's fine. We'll go back to the challenge. I'll have to explore. I'll have to find out because I need to know. Are you kidding me? That's like the coolest thing ever. So thank you so much for telling me that. That is so awesome to know. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know, we did it in the cats. They're always huge on the cats. It's always cats. But like I said, I wish there was more dog stuff. Like, why is it always cats? Right? It's always Char and cats. That's the two things that are always getting all the love. Yes, so that is in the video. There's a secret room in World vs. World in the jumping puzzle that you can get into. That is in the video. So if you haven't watched that video, it is in there. I think that's what you're talking about. It's the one where you have to like jump through the viney wall, where the vines are like across the wall or whatever. And you have to like, you know, jump through that wall to get into that secret room. Yeah, that's that is in that video. So I do talk about that. Whee! So I do know about that room. And then I talk about the they kind of like go over the things that I talk about. I talked about the crystal oasis. If you go, you know, this is Amnoon right here. There's a boat. I mean, this might be it right here, that boat. You can go at the top there. You can see the swinging kid, which is, you know, this person's, this map artist. Whenever this person works on a map, they put the kid in there. But there's a kid, and that's swinging again, just like it does everywhere. And that has a toucan getting attacked by some cats. So that's in there. Then I had the there's the heron in Keswick's Hills, which I think is just such a, you know, it's so obvious, it's so blatantly obvious, but I feel like a lot of people just walk by without realizing how like low effort that heron is. It is like barely moves. It's really polygonal, and it has like, it's just hanging out, right? It's just so funny. And then and then I talked about the snakes. It's so cool. If you guys haven't checked out, like in the video I talk about, like Google it, you can Google it. How there was like a snake tonic that you could actually take into combat, and it had all these like funky physics on it. Really cool stuff. So yeah, so there was a lot of great stuff. One that I, you know, obviously that people probably don't give a shit about, but I thought was just really interesting was the Bamarins or whatever they were called, the weird underwater creatures that only appear in one spot in Tyria. I thought it was so interesting, and it's probably the one where everyone's like, who cares? No one cares. Like, why would they? But I was just like, I love that. I'm just like, that's so cool. It's like they only appear in one area, and it's the only creature that only appears in one area ever. And they've never used it for anything else. It's never had any significance whatsoever. It's only in that kelp bed that you can find them. Really? I hate wargs. I don't like them. Yeah, the flamingos are pretty ratchet too. Flamingos? Where are the flamingos? Oh, and then I forgot the seahorses. There's so many things I forgot. Okay, there's seahorses in the game, guys. There's only one location where you can see them. They're just these 2D graphic. It's just like this thing, little swarm of seahorses. I didn't mention that in the video. I'm just like, oh my god, I think I need to make a second one. Should I make a second one? If I find that, I will tell you guys, if I find that cat room, I'll make a second video. And then I'll talk about the Lion King reference, I'll talk about seahorses, I'll talk about the cat room. I'll do that. The seahorses, let's go there real quick, because I don't know exactly where they are, and I want to show you guys. Because I know that like 99% of you guys that are watching, what's happening? 99% of you guys watching, you guys don't know about these seahorses. Flamingos in Keswick's Hills? Where? There's flamingos in Keswick's Hills? What? Where are there flamingos? Because the heron is over here. The heron is by the bridge here. Let's go... It's here? Flamingos. Do you know where they are, the flamingos? Alright, guys. Let's explore. So we're gonna, the stream is gonna end here soon. There it is, down here. Nope. Down there. Down there is where it is. You see, I always get this wrong. It's at this point right here. Have to go there. That's where they are. Where are they? Seahorses. Yeah, so the stream will be good. I'll be going until 1. So we'll go another 15. There they are. See them? Right in the screen. Look at them. Look at them swimming around. Little seahorses. And they're only here. I haven't seen them anywhere else. But it's a little swarm of seahorses. And they just kind of like, they look really funky, right? Don't they look like really weird? Whee! And they're swimming like upside down and stuff because they're all like, their physics are all funky and weird. And they swim through the floor. They're not flamingos? But what are you talking about then? Look at these guys, they're so cute. They have little wings and they flap their little wings. But that's, as far as I know, that's the only place that you can find these guys. Really? Dude, really? You gonna attack me? Die. Yeah, they are. But still makes me want to have actual seahorses in the game. Give me a mini pet, a ranger pet, a mount, something I can, like, I want seahorses. I love seahorses. They're my second favorite animal. Yes, I have a second favorite animal. Don't judge me. I feel like people who do like as second favorites is like the dumbest shit ever, but yeah, right after owls, obviously. If you weren't sure, you know. Oh, the heron. Yeah, it's just one. Let's go to the heron real quick. Come on, Emily, keep up, okay? I use owls everywhere. Are you kidding me? Like, of course it's owls. I love owls, guys. I really do. Whee! Whee! Where is it? Oh, I'm going too north. Too far north, I think. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's down. There it is. I see it. Right there.
The bridge must be repaired at
Look at this guy. He's been here, guys, since like early development. They did a you can watch, I think it's the manifesto trailer. You can see this guy because they do like a shot of like Keswick. This is of course before the Tower of Nightmares was destroyed and laid here. This was all like green. This was like an open green field. But they do like a shot that pans around and it goes like around this way or whatever. And you can kind of see him standing in the back. And it does like a transition from day to night. And it has like the moon like on the side of the screen. Like you know, you look that way and there's like the moon that appears or whatever. But yeah, he kind of like hangs out in that. You can see him. I mean, sure, he's beautiful. He doesn't open his beak. He has like really low textures on him, but yeah, he's huge. I mean, he's humongous. Look at him. The big, I mean, I think that's a heron, right? Isn't it? Because I had to look, when I made that video, I was just like, I gotta look up if that, because that's obviously not a crane. I'm like, that's, I don't think, but like I looked up herons and they have like black marks on their head and they have these two little things that come out of their, like the feathers that come out. So I was like, that's definitely a heron, I think, so. But yeah, so there you go, guys. You saw seahorses and you saw heron. And then there's pigeons, like I said, you can watch the video. There's pigeons, there's things you can see, so. But yeah, I mean, there's like really fun stuff with that. So if I find the cat room, I might make a second video and talk about the Lion King thing, the cat room, the seahorses, that sort of thing. So I don't know. So, I like to talk about random shit, guys. Obviously, I made a video on action camera. I watched my action camera video. Sometimes I'll go back and I watch like random videos of mine, because the action camera video is getting a lot of views from people, which I love. You know, I'm all about it. But obviously, you know, I want to see like what it is that people, it being one of my popular videos right now, I want to know what people are seeing, what people are consuming, you know, consuming. Sounds so serious. But what people are like what they see, what is the stuff that they see that I do, right? And it's like, is that a good video? It's a pretty good video. I gotta say that wasn't a bad video of mine. I had fun doing it. Black Citadel. All right, I'll have to maybe. Well, let's do a quick Google search real quick here. Guild Wars 2 Black Citadel cat room. Feeding cats. What exactly are char? Secret cat den. This is from 2015. It is in the Black Citadel. I have never knew about this. I know nothing about the Black Citadel. Char are like my least favorite. No, they're not really. As certain guys are. Don't tell anyone. What? There's even a guide on how to get there. Oh my god. My god. Look it up, guys. Cat Den in the Black Citadel. You'll see a Reddit post. And apparently there was a guide made by one of the content creators about how to get there. I didn't want to watch it or anything, so but I might watch it and go there and see. Oh yeah, the new cat stuff. Like I killed that cat. Like Connor killed that cat. I killed that cat too. They got me. They really got me with that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go over and pet this cat. And I kill it. Like, are you kidding me? I was gonna pet it and then I killed it. Is there like, cause I know you can just like go around petting cats. And then there's obviously like, you know, Mitrin's cats that are named after her crew. But is there any particular like really big like Easter egg or something really fun with cats in particular that isn't just about petting cats or something? Because like I can mention it that, you know, oh, the cats and, you know, about Connor and the cat there and whatever, you know, it's like I can make that as well. But I'm just wondering if there's anything like, you know, having all these cats, I'm sure I need to put something in there. Oh, I gotta come to me, please. Really? Are you kidding me right now? Hurry up. Oh, there's a cat island. That's right. But that's like, you know, it's like known because anyone and everyone is like doing map completion. They're gonna find Cat Island. So I don't know how much of an Easter egg it is having a Cat Island. But Cat Island is cool. I love it. I feel like there's like other Easter eggs that we haven't, like it's only been such a short time, right? So I feel like there's like certain things that we haven't found yet Easter egg wise. So, you know, there's the foxes too, the little fox babies that you can find around. Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay. I thought you were there. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you hadn't been there. He just showed it to you. I thought he showed you like in game, but I guess he probably showed it on stream or whatever. I'm guessing. Cat Island's cool, but yeah, it does have a point of interest, so people are automatically gonna go there anyways. So it's not like out of the way. But I'm thinking, like, is there other stuff that I've seen with animals in the expansion? It's an interesting thought, really. I'm like, is there like something specific where I'm like, oh, this happens? Like some random spot in Kining City that like people aren't really gonna go, where something weird happens with the cat, or you know, whatever. I don't know. You know, there's like things that can happen or things that you can do or whatever. Like being able to kill that cat is just really cruel. It's really cool. Oh, cheer him on. Cheer this guy on. We'll go across the bridge. We'll go across this bridge and then the other bridge. And then the other bridge. There's a lot of bridges. Ow. There's a very random place in Echowild where 2 cranes very angrily defend their nests. Really?
Alert!
That's interesting. That's interesting. I would love to see that. Because I'm upset that we can't use cranes in Guild Wars 2 as pets. Guild Wars 1 had cranes, guys. Yeah, Kantha in Guild Wars 1 had cranes. You could tame. And they looked like actual cranes. Okay, I will say that the cranes in Guild Wars 2 look like... They look like MOAs. They don't really look like cranes. And that's not a criticism, because you know what? Earlier, I praised them for all the different models they added. I just feel like I could have done a little bit better on the cranes. You know, they could have taken their already existing Heron model and updated it with some new textures and made it look like a crane. Because cranes have like the little red on the eyes and stuff, right? They look like a little bit different. So, how do I get to that? I don't know how to get there. That's okay. We'll walk through here. See if I can get some. Well, that's interesting though. That's something that like I definitely gotta like find and explore or whatever. Okay. No, wait a minute. This is Thunder Rock, isn't it? Up there, or whatever this is called. Is this what it's called? Thunder Rock. Yeah, it is. Oh, I gotta go up here, and I think you have to like go around this, or you have to jump across there this way. Yeah, it's from up here. You go up there and you go across. I remember. I got it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I'm gonna be heading out in a couple minutes here. Again, I really appreciate it. I do have a YouTube channel for those of you that are on Twitch. If you'd like to check out my stuff, it's just a Raleigh on YouTube. You'll see my owl. It's the same owl that I use on Twitch, so easily recognizable. There's lore stuff, theory stuff. I'm doing a playthrough of Legend of Dragoon. If you're like a good old PlayStation 1 player, you might have heard of it. Really cool stuff. We're on episode 21. I'm gonna be recording episode 22 and 23 this week. So that's fun stuff. I do lore related stuff, theory related stuff, yeah, and tomorrow we'll be doing the comparison stream. So if you guys are interested in seeing some Guild Wars 1 stuff without having to play Guild Wars 1, it's the place to be. That way you don't have to play through it and you get to see it. Unless you, of course, want to play through it yourself and then, don't want to get spoiled, then don't watch. Because I'll be spoiling stuff for you. At least the locations. I might not necessarily spoil the story, but yeah, so... But yeah, so and then Sunday I should be going back to playing Elden Ring, but and I don't know if she's still here, but if my sister wants to, we can do the Mario Kart. I'll do another couch co-op stream with my sister and we'll hang out and play Mario Kart. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Last time I had a really good time. I think we had a really good time hanging out and doing that stuff. So, ooh, brown bear. I don't know if I have that. Brown bear. So if not, then I'll be doing Elden Ring. It's one or the other. And yeah, like I said, for my birthday, which is the 27th, it's gonna be a Sunday stream. I'm gonna be doing Yoshi's Island. For my anniversary, for my 4-year anniversary, I'll be playing Yoshi's Island, which was my very first game that I ever streamed. So we're playing that. which is super fun. And I think with that being said, I think we're at a good point to cut off here. So thank you guys again so much. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, and again, also, you know, if there's something that you're interested in seeing, or something that you think that like I would be good at, or something that you want to hear my opinion on, or anything like that, you can always shoot me a message. We do have a Discord server if you guys are interested in joining. It's not super active, but it's a place to reach me and talk to me or whatever. You know, I do try to post something once a day, at least something funny, or something like message you guys or talk about something or whatever. You know, so that's there. I also have a Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Arali1992. And yeah, again, I kind of post when I go live, and I post random stuff once in a while. And I do follow other content creators on there as well. So shout out to those guys as well. Lazy Sage and Astral Legend. Great stuff that you guys post. I always love when I see those guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the comparison stream. So bye guys. Have a good night. Thank you everyone that was here, by the way. I want to thank all of you guys that is here before I leave. Aquila, thank you. Mozzie Ozzy. Is it Mozzie Ozzy? Mozzie Aussie. Because it's a sharp S. Emily, Rhyme, as always. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. 11th hour. Thank you for the raid as well. Appreciate